PizzaFellas Podcast right here, the hottest in the world.
It's a PizzaFellas Podcast. Turn your speakers up, we better have a blast. Grab a drink, fill a glass, light a cigar, come on, let's make it last. Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the PizzaFellas.
PizzaFellas Podcast right here, the hottest in the world. I was fired.
Hey, what's up, guys? PizzaFellas Podcast, episode 81. We are here with Manny Rodriguez, good time, old school friend of mine.
Oh, yeah.
We've known each other for 20 years now. 20 plus years.
Exactly.
Thanks for coming on. Remember, go on Spotify, YouTube, follow us and subscribe. Finally, we got our social media working. He texted me this morning. I thought something happened, and he was ecstatic. We were able to boost now again, which I didn't even touch. I didn't even go on the look.
I said, he FaceTimed, I'm like, don't you fucking touch that? I don't know what I did, but we did it.
I definitely did not even go near it.
I must have texted 15 people. We can boost again.
Finally. Well, Manny, salute.
Yeah, salute. Oh, yeah.
Cheers for coming on.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It got good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's not 110 in your car.
No.
No, that's good.
Yeah, that's
all right.
So we got, just let me do a little bit of housekeeping first. First off, I just want to thank the Fancy Food. We were at the Fancy Food Show on
Sunday.
This past Sunday at the Jacob Javits Center in Manhattan. Ran across a couple of great influencers, great people. Shout out to the Italian Trade Agency, the ITA. Over 400 vendors was at this place. It was absolutely spectacular. I mean, I never seen so much prosciutto in my life in one.
The one guy threw us out of his.
Yeah, I think we ate all the mortadella there.
Go.
No, Sal, there was this one mortadella. Remember?
Oh man,
the name's not coming to me. I have the card. We just kept eating,
and he would put out plates like this.
It was like you could see through it.
Thin? Yeah,
you could like see through it. Remember, Georgette?
Delicious.
You could eat like a pound of that.
Incredible.
You want more? Yeah, give us more.
Yeah.
So another plate.
It was prosciutto, mortadella, and water, and coffee, and espresso. That's what we're. Anyway, shout out to what is her name? Bianca from Brooklyn, right? Brajol. Shout out to her. We were with her a little bit. Her and her mom, very nice woman. Who else did we see? Nikki Rigatoni over there. What's her name? That's her name. Nikki. Pardon? Body by Rigatoni. I'm sorry, Nikki Rigatoni. I don't know where I got that from. Sorry, my apologies. Her. Anyway, there was a shout out to the Italian Trade Agency, ITA, 400 vendors. Again, shout out to the Jacob Javits Center. Shout out to the Fancy Food Show. We'll be there next year as well. It was very overwhelming. Oh, shout out to Ars Honey.
Yeah.
Ars Honey. So I got to get in touch with you a little bit.
If we didn't listen to Tara and go downstairs, that's it. We would have never met him.
Yeah. Shout out once again, our good friends Billy Manzo and Vitangelo Orecchia for the United Pizza Nation. Guys, if you're not on this page, United Pizza Nation, Facebook, Instagram, get on this. It's educational, number one. Number two, all different sorts of pizza. Great pizzaiolos on there. They're doing their thing. They're putting up their pictures. Let's boost them. Let's get them going. And great things and nice things are going to happen with the United Pizza Nation. Again, shout out to Vitangelo Orecchia and Billy Manzo.
What happened to him, though?
With who?
Look about Vitangelo today. Did you see the post with the...
that was yesterday with the United States Pizza team. Yeah.
That's a good thing for him.
Yeah, awesome thing. Is he the treasurer or something like that?
Chef.
Chef, counsel. That's it, treasurer. Where am I getting this stuff from?
You're thinking about Barney.
I don't know. But anyway, let's get into our good friend Manny Rodriguez here. My God, he's got, I think, like 66 fucking ice cream shops here. I lost room to write.
Gotta stay busy, right?
Yeah. He's got one in Shepherd Hills. If you guys don't know, that's Allentown. He's got one in Center Valley.
Those are both Batch.
Batch. That's what they're called. Batch Microcreamery, right? Then we go to Bethlehem. He's got wonderful waffle and ice cream on the south side of Bethlehem.
Yeah, on 3rd Street.
Then he's got, on Main Street, he's got Twisted and Dip.
Twisted Dip.
Yeah,
Twisted Dip.
Our soft serve concept.
Then he's got 2 ice cream trucks. Then he's got another place in Hong Kong.
And he's got a wholesale business.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's just rocking ice cream here. And coincidentally, he went to school at Sal.
Yes, we did.
So
And after school
at Central.
If we start back there at Central after playing football, where'd you go to college?
I went to Kutztown University. Yeah, so I stayed.
Oh, you did?
I went to DeSales for a year. Got kicked out of DeSales. We went there. Went to LTRIC. Got my associates. Transferred to Kutztown. Got my bachelor's, and then I went to actually moved on to the corporate world. So I worked for Lutron.
Oh, you did?
10 years. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was in corporate sales for them.
Just talk a little closer to it so that.
I was in corporate sales for them, selling commercial lighting controls in New York City, across the country.
Yeah.
So that's where I got a lot of my business acumen, which was great. And, decided to jump into the ice cream business.
So you're there 10 years. What year did you decide to jump into the ice cream business?
Ironically, in 2022 is when I resigned.
Okay.
So we were in business, though, before that. So we opened our first location down at the downtown Allentown.
But back up a little. What made you open up ice cream? That's my thing.
Actually, I have a business partner as well. So Rick, who can't be here, it was actually his vision to start an ice cream company. He's the creator.
Okay.
He was also working for a large plumbing outfit.
Okay.
Called Ferguson. He ended up losing his dad.
Oh.
And throughout that process, he kind of rethought his life. He didn't like his job at that point. And he said, I just want to do something I like. And I said, Rick, what do you want to do? Like, think about it. Do what makes you happy. You have my support. You have Kate's support, which is now his wife.
How did you and Rick meet, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, so we grew up on the south side of Allentown. So I'm a local guy. We grew up in the same neighborhood. Best friends, throwing football. You know what I mean? So we always talked about doing something together.
Where did he go to high school?
He went to Salisbury.
Oh, that's why. I never.
He went to Deerhoof and then Salisbury. So always talked about doing something together. He talked about doing ice cream. Eventually, the opportunity came to go into the downtown Allentown market, and that was in 2018, 19-ish.
Okay.
And he's
And
like,
you're still at Lutron at this time?
I was still at Lutron, yep. And he said, Manny, I finally got my opportunity. I think I'm going to do it. He's like, but I need you to do it with me. I'm like, Rick, the timing is completely terrible. Just got married a few years ago. My wife and I are planning to have children.
And you have a secure job.
Yeah, I have a secure job, secure paycheck. She was
Health
teaching
benefits.
she was teaching at the Swain School, so independent school.
Yeah,
The salaries-
great school.
Yeah,
Great
great
school.
school. Don't get me wrong, great
don't pay a
school,
lot
great
there.
education. The salary is not super strong. The health benefits are not as well. So we were all on my paycheck and my benefits. So the timing was terrible. I was like, Rick, I can't do it. I love you, but I can't. Gave it some thought. Right, I'm a big thinker. I'm a ambitious guy. I was like, I cannot resign from what is my career right now to be a one location ice cream shop.
No.
It's
there's no
it's
possible
not
way.
going to feed his family and mine.
It's impossible.
So I said,
So we dived into it, huh?
yeah, like we're going to dive. We're going to dive deep into it, and we're going to do this. So I'm like, Rick,
And you knew nothing, Manny, you didn't know nothing about ice cream.
I knew nothing about ice cream. But he was confident in my ability to create relationships, know business, connect dots.
Gotcha.
How did he know ice cream? Because he worked for Ferguson, the plumbing supply company.
He was drawn to the creative aspect, but the emotional piece. Like, it's always something that puts a smile on somebody's face. He was going
So he
through-
learned to do it.
He learned to do it.
Self-taught.
No bullshit, Joe. He went to a ice cream making school, and
Okay,
when I was
yeah.
working for Lutron, he was taking that class in like East Orange, New Jersey. He stayed in my hotel that my company paid for while he was learning to make ice cream. We bullshit. We had drinks, and he's like, "I'm going to do it." I was like,
And how long is that school?
"I don't even know." You'd have
A couple
to ask
months,
Rick.
maybe?
So they
A
teach
year?
you from how to make it, how to serve it, what
Yeah.
ingredients, all that stuff.
Of course, yep. So they teach you the process. Obviously, we don't pasteurize our own milk.
Correct.
We buy
Yeah.
bladders from the local farm, but
But you batch it.
Oh, you
though.
buy
yes,
from a
we
local
can batch
farm.
it. Yeah, we buy from a local
Very
farm.
nice.
Yep.
Very
Out
nice.
in Tamaqua.
Oh, you don't tell me you buy from
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you
It's going to come right off your tongue.
Libby's.
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 Yes.
Great people.
That's awesome.
Fantastic people, actually.
We do, yeah. So we support a local farm, and that's how it all got started, right? We're blessed to be here. We survived the pandemic, and
So as he's going to that school, you're in that school, he's finishing up that. Where are we at now? 2019, 18,
probably 2017.
17?
It's before
So
we
right
opened our
before
first
you open the
location.
first location. Now, during that time, he's learning the ice cream business. He's relying on you maybe to make connections, like you said.
Yeah, so I'm learning like
But you're not involved in that business, or you're still partnered in it?
I was not involved in the ice cream business at that point.
Okay.
He was renting out a
space in that market.
commercial kitchen in the church in Bethlehem.
Oh.
And just making ice cream and just giving it to friends and family. Getting feedback.
Oh, okay.
Doing
At that-
test runs, basically.
Yeah, doing test runs. I'm popping in and I'm Rick, how you doing? What are you working on? Let me taste it. What does it cost to make this? How much is the bag? Who are you buying from?
Where's the
What
profit?
are we going to do?
Yeah.
What does the margin look like? That's what I'm doing. I'm trying
Right.
to understand the business. Where are we going if I want to jump in? Because it has to be sustainable. It's a very profitable business. If you
Yeah,
do
but
right,
it still has
right?
to be
But
sustainable.
Of course.
You know, especially in the wintertime, you're in a business where it's cold.
So
And
that's what I was looking forward to. And we got our break in 2019, and we've been growing since.
I still remember when you guys opened the one in the Allentown in the farmer's market there.
Yeah.
And I think I was with me and Ash. We walked up and Joe was like, let's get ice cream. And I look, and you're fucking behind the counter. I'm
Yeah.
like, Manny, what
Listen.
the fuck are you doing behind an ice cream counter?
Just as shocked as I was, right?
Like,
so
you should have saw my face.
No
Like, I
bullshit.
seriously, I've known him for a while. And I was like, Manny, you're selling ice
now,
cream?
this place, think about this,
Manny,
right?
Manny ice
So
cream.
talk about like grabbing yourself by the balls and making decisions. We're making ice cream out of 350 square feet.
What?
Oh, yeah, it was small.
It's like this.
Oh, no, it was.
Like this.
less than this.
Yeah.
So think about that, right? I'm thinking my whole life at this point. Like, how do we make this work? We're going to grow as ambitious as I am. We're going to grow this large out of this small. It was about as big as this ashtray. And you need
But you did it.
The batch machine, the blast freezer, the tipping cabinet, all of that.
Yeah, all the
Right.
equipment.
So eventually you outgrow that and you look for new space.
I'll tell you what.
That's where we're at now.
Ice cream equipment is not cheap
No.
at all.
And we've bought multiple machines. I'm blessed to say that, right? So I carry payroll just like Sal and Joe do,
Yep.
and the rest of you have. I carry insurance. We've bought our own equipment.
Workman's comp, you got.
Workman's comp. We make our own ice cream on site.
Wear and tear on equipment,
Wear
right?
and tear on equipment. Our freezer breaks down. calling.
You're fucked.
K&D, right? We're going through that now.
Yeah.
You just roll with the punches. You make it work.
Yeah.
So how long were you in the farmer's market for?
So we were there for 3 years, I believe. Is it?
Because
3 years.
you met Sam
Yes.
Eunice from who of
We
Zahara.
did. Yes, love her.
Yes. So you were there for that. You were there while Robert Irvine opened his spot.
We were one
too.
of the original vendors.
Yeah.
And then the time came to.
Wasn't Alex there too?
Yeah, Alex was there with the
Were
pizza
you still
shop.
working your job at Lutron at this time?
I
Working
was.
both?
So I was going back and forth, and I
Holy
was
shit.
like on the computer at night, on their computer. Like I had to make things work. I was in the hotel doing my batch work, and then waking up in the morning and selling lighting
Lutron.
controls.
Shit.
So it was great, though. I mean, I wouldn't change anything.
Right.
What year do you decide to leave the market?
That was in
You got some COVID.
just
Right
after
after.
COVID, 2022 maybe.
Okay.
Oh,
So
to
that-
leave, you're saying? Yeah, yeah.
So you had a stint in the market for almost, 4 years?
Original vendor, yeah. So 3 years, and then we didn't renew.
Okay.
We decided to move on.
And then you found a new location, which was,
The Promenade.
okay. And how was the promenade at that time?
The Promenade was scary. It was quiet. It was.
I do remember that.
Yeah, a lot of vacancies, but I see that as opportunity, right? So, looking for a place that was proven, right? Still has great amenities. Still has great
And a great location.
anchor tenants.
With a
great
lot of
loc-
building,
yeah.
housing going on all
Yeah.
over the place. Yeah.
affluent
with money.
area.
Yeah,
right?
people
So
with money.
I'm looking at that. I'm like, Rick, our next place has to be in like an affluent area where people are shopping, where they're bringing their
willing
kids.
to spend money.
Maybe across from a
Movie theater. I was
and
just
a
gonna
Red-
say
and a Red
that,
Robin,
Red Robin.
right? So
Yeah.
I'm looking at that. So the time the strike was then, ironically, I ran into at the market Andre Williams, who's on your podcast as well.
Great guy.
I ran
Jean
into him at
store.
the market, and he was outside of the market. Something told me to go up to him and just introduce myself. I didn't know him at that point. And Andre, how you doing? Great to see your success with the jeans business.
Yeah, he had that jean spot.
Yeah.
Tell me about the Promenade a little bit. And he elaborated and told me who to contact. And it took about a year and a half to negotiate where
Really?
I was comfortable. Yeah. And I think the stars aligned because they needed people.
Definitely.
Right.
They needed vendors. They have their anchors, but you need those small
Yeah. It all
local
comes
shops
together.
to
Yes.
make it come together. So
And I bet you that negotiation was key because remember how many places left there
Yeah.
behind rent.
Yeah. Now they're fully occupied now, so the gamble pays off, right? You need to get through the lasting effect of COVID
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the beatdown of COVID,
especially in that area.
But that's hard to come through.
Yeah, especially that area.
Yeah.
Established people, it's hard to come through that.
100%.
Me and Rick are still new. 2019 is just yesterday. In
Yeah.
the grand scheme of things. So
Yeah, you say Batch. You could say other ice cream spots around the Lehigh Valley area. They've
Yeah,
been
of course.
established for multiple years.
You're exactly
So now
right.
you got to set your bar different than the rest of them.
Of course, and we look up to those guys, like the Cup in Bethlehem. They've been doing it for years.
Ice cream
Yeah.
world.
Ice Cream World. We like what they're doing, and we're all in it together, right? I can relate to their struggle now. They probably never saw COVID in their lifetime,
Yeah.
but still, you know what I mean? I can relate to what they went through, and we're going to make it. It's been good.
So as you get there and you're at the promenade, you got the ice cream going, everything's going well. 2022, you're working now full time there.
Yes, so I resigned in March of 2022.
That had to be scary.
That's when I decided to take the jump. I was ready. My wife was not ready.
So she was still reluctant.
But it was God works in mysterious ways, right? She was at Swain, and she always talked to me about wanting to be in Parkland School District. We bought a house in Parkland. She's an amazing teacher, 5th grade her whole career. So, Kylie, if you want it, let's do it. Let's put the wheels in motion. Who do we got to talk to? Who do we have to apply with?
Yep.
The opportunity came up. She ended up locking in a position like that
awesome.
same year, early on in 2022. So I was like, that part is covered. The healthcare is covered. That was my only worry. I'm not worried about making money. I'll make
Right.
money. I know how to make money. We need to cover off on the kids and me
Yeah.
and you.
We have 2
Healthcare-
kids, Manny?
I have 3 children.
3.
Yeah, so I have 3 boys at home. So I have mouths to feed, right? So now that the healthcare is covered, let's roll. Once that happened, come March, I get on the phone with my boss and put the wheels in motion. Move on.
Wow.
So that had to be tough.
Can you hear?
I don't think I can hear. I think I got disconnected, but I'm good.
Okay. All right.
But it was tough. It was good. I mean, now that we're in it,
Just gotta check you out.
she's a little bit more comfortable, right? It took her a while to get over that what if.
Yeah.
I got you. And now,
So
it's-
now you're down at the promenade. What's the next place you move to? Obviously, you wouldn't have did it unless the promenade was successful. So you're successful. Thank
Right.
God.
Correct.
Sign
Ryan,
across.
what about those ones?
We're good now.
oh, you're good.
Yeah, so the promenade, then Shepherd Hills, small little scoop shop, right on the turn there. If you've been to
Oh, yeah, I've been there multiple
Foundation
times.
Tavern.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So small little scoop shop there, and then ironically, just through networking and meeting people, the opportunity came up on Main Street for the soft serve concept.
But can I just, how did that small shop there at Shepherd Hills, how'd you fall into that? Like, how did that land in your hands?
Just relationships. So my wife actually taught. Let me take a step back. So it was owned by a previous owner,
Okay.
a gentleman named Rob. He ended up selling it.
It was an ice cream shop before you? No.
Penn State, yes, they sold Penn State ice cream in that small.
Oh,
shop.
okay.
Oh, I remember that.
But the previous owner was a Penn State grad, so he was like, "I'm going to take use of my space and just maximize all of my space." Excuse me. So he was selling Penn State. He sells it to a guy named Richard. I knew it was an ice cream shop. I didn't know what his thoughts were for that space, but I wasn't wasting any time. Richard actually is the husband of a student that my wife taught.
Okay.
Just ironically, I learned that, and I was like, do you mind reaching out to his wife? Maybe we can work something out. They were willing to talk. I drive over there the same day. He's like cleaning up his yard and getting it ready for summer. I'm like, I got to talk to you, Richard. Do you mind if I ask you about the space? He's like, I have no intention on selling ice cream. Do you want it? Sure, I'd love to talk about it. So that little space came to fruition. We had like a week or two to open it because it was getting late in the season.
Yeah.
Like my season starts to ramp up
April?
May,
Okay.
April, May, depending though.
Yeah.
That space is a little tricky because there's no like true indoor seating.
When did you open that one up?
That was shortly after the promenade, so 23,
Meaning the month.
probably May.
Really?
So I wanted to get open.
Yeah, sure.
I can't miss May, June. I can't be
No.
June opening.
No.
So Rick and I bought our equipment, threw it in, hired some people, made all the ice cream at the promenade, shipped it
there.
Scoop it, sell it.
Wow. So now you got that open. Obviously, it's doing good. It's still there.
It's doing well. Yes, it's doing well. The benefit of that spot, right? So there's pros and cons to everything. Some of the cons there are no true indoor seating. So they have the pavilion.
Yes.
But if it's downpouring or a chilly May night, you may not have people walking up.
Yeah.
But
see that.
you have school buses driving by the location on their way
Right.
home, and it's in a neighborhood. Not to mention you have the large deck and the restaurant that I can take advantage of. But I like the pros outweigh the cons at that location. It's been doing well. It's a seasonal spot.
And there's a shit ton of kids and families in those neighborhoods.
So we take advantage of that, and it's seasonal. So we're May to end of September.
And then you just clean it up, wait till the next year.
Wait till the next year. Because I'm not going to sit through the winter.
No. It's
I remember.
cheaper.
Were you ever open in the winter though? At some
that
point,
we were open later.
later.
We
Pushed it one time because I remember
our first year.
Okay, that was going
You
to
got to
say.
learn it, right?
Yeah.
And like maybe the families do walk up.
Yeah.
And if you have a warmer fall, who knows? But now we don't even chance it.
Yeah, that's it. End of September.
End of September, done.
I mean, if you really think about it, in this area, you have you have Rita's,
Which,
and then you have, ice cream rolls up the street. But then, where do you go? Menchie's.
Yeah.
I don't want yogurt.
Yeah.
You don't
You
want
have
that.
Froyo spot.
Yeah,
you go
have
down
some,
to Utter Bar in
but
Allentown.
I don't.
but-
But I'm saying just this area.
Right, this spot.
These
Yep.
spots, the Trexler area, there's not
McDonald's,
much.
McFlurry or
you
something.
get, that's what. But I'm saying for that area, you want a gourmet ice cream, you want something really good that's
Sure.
homemade.
Yep.
You're one of the only ones around this area. I mean, the one time I remember, was that like 2 weeks ago, Ashlyn? I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, we went somewhere and we were like, where do we go? And they were like, okay, well, let's just go to Batch because I don't want to go to Ice Cream World because the line's out the door because of Dorney Park.
Yeah. Well, Batch should be your answer every time, Sal.
Well, yes, it is. It is. Unless I want to get chocolate at 2, and then we go to Premise
That's
Made.
all right. All
Then
good.
we go up to
All
Premise
good.
Made. You can take the little ride out to the country. So as you get through there, you're there. When did the trucks come in? Was that, I'm going to guess that was next, right?
Yeah, so again, just opportunities. My in-laws were working or living in Pittsburgh, and Rick and I were sitting at the Shepherd Hills location, going over our business. What's the next move? People are moving to this mobile business, as you've seen,
Correct.
to drop overhead. Probably as a reaction to COVID as well, right?
yeah. Oh, they blew up since COVID.
Of course.
They blew
It's
up.
food truck festival. It's this, it's that. It's music fest. So we're like, Rick, what do you think? We have some money put away from the business. It's not tapping into our own pocket. Where's our next move? What are we going to reinvest in? So my father-in-law, ironically, texted me, I saw this food truck. It's for sale. It was a donut truck in Pittsburgh. He's like, what do you think? I was like, Rick and I have been talking about getting into the mobile business as well. It's pretty not easy. It's easier than having a hood
Correct.
Yeah.
and having, cooking food. So I was like, take a look at it. Send me the information. I'll reach out to the guy. If you don't mind driving it for me, do so. Let me know how it runs. He drives it like in a small parking lot. He's like, it seems well. Everything the guy's saying seems legit, runs well, looks good, high mileage. I was like, expect that from
Yeah, you expect that.
from one
Right.
of those trucks. I was like, all right, let me sleep on it. A few days go by. We get back in touch with the guy. I'm negotiating on a price. We end up purchasing the vehicle. So now my father-in-law has to bring it from Pittsburgh to Allentown. That's where it gets interesting, right? So he's in the process of moving to Allentown as well because our family's growing. He wants to be closer. He's like, I'll drive it up. I'm going to throw some of my stuff in it to move it here. I'll bring it. I was like, I don't want you doing that. I don't want you in this truck that has 191,000 miles
where that's
on the
going.
highway for 4 hours. He's like, I'll do it. Don't worry about it. So it takes him probably 7 hours to get here from Pittsburgh.
Sure.
Okay? They don't run like
No,
80 miles
no,
an hour.
No.
Driving.
So he's like, man, I have to be honest with you. There was a part in time where I'm going up a hill, and I don't think I was going to make it. So I'm like, all right, well, it's here. So let's get it wrapped,
Yeah.
and let's move on. you learn pretty quickly that if you want to be in the truck business, it's a commitment, because not long after that, we replaced a motor
Come on.
Oh, my
and a transmission shortly after that. But listen,
Yeah, you live
It
in
is
your
what it
learn.
is.
But a new
Yes.
truck
Yeah.
costs a fortune, though.
yes. So we got it at a good cost. We replaced the engine, we replaced the transmission, and it's on the road. So it's been making us money.
Now, what do you do with that? Where do you go?
It's all private events, so we're not like
Oh, really? Okay.
we're not a route truck by any means.
Did you try to get into Allentown to the fairgrounds they do it Wednesdays now?
I haven't done that. We do mostly like weddings, graduation parties,
How did you
Corporate.
market yourself to that?
reaching out to contacts that I know, like Lutron. That's an easy start for me, right? So getting connected with corporate locally. Both myself and Rick's wives work in school districts, so we
Yes.
start getting our names out there, and that's how it starts.
That's how
Once
it's
you-
done.
Once you start putting it on Instagram and people start
Yeah.
hearing about the truck,
Yeah.
they love the ice cream. They have a truck.
Now, when the
Grab
truck
it.
goes out, is there a minimum?
There is, yeah. So we have a 30-person minimum, and then there are packages that you can select, but there's also a truck fee to even bring the truck out. So
Okay.
making sure that we're not losing money.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah, you have to
cover
cover your
expenses.
bases, of
You got to
course.
cover expenses.
So
And then after that, now, so you have this truck, and it's doing successful.
it is.
What makes you? Do you get a second truck after this?
Just the opportunity again. So, restaurant store. Been
Okay.
A million times.
Usually here.
Spark Dental or Spark.
Oh,
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had this advertisement. It was just a Spark truck that sat in their lot. That was an advertisement for their business. Brilliant idea. Wrap it. People drive by. A friend of mine, Ryan Dietrich, knows the owner of Spark. I keep walking by this damn truck. It's not moving. Are they making money with it or are they not? Do they want it? Do they not? Ryan, can you put me in touch? Yes. Warm handoff. Tell me about the truck. What do you do with it? How many miles? Blah, 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 blah. We negotiated a deal for that truck. It was just the right place at the right time. The money was right.
Spark
Yeah.
was up for
Let's
sale,
do it
too.
again. You know what I mean? Because now I have the opportunity when I'm at Music Fest, if a corporate event pops up that is real money, send it out.
Send it out.
As long as you have the staff for it and you have the ice cream, you're good. So we started looking for cold plates, dipping cabinets for the trucks. And we found those online for a steal as well. Drove down to Virginia, got a U-Haul, boom, popped it in. Amazing. C. Nelson's.
Oh, that's what they are.
So just like literally piece by piece.
C. Nelson's a very,
guys,
very
piece
high
by
end
piece,
equipment.
making our moves in a feasible way that wouldn't put us under, like calculated moves.
Yeah. So now, what year is this? Is it like 23 to 24? Or?
23 to 24, yeah. So we bought the other truck probably in 24.
So
So
now
I have two at that point.
you have the two. Now the next move is Main Street or 3rd Street.
Main Street. And that was just July of last year, right before Music Fest.
So 24.
24.
And how did that come about?
Ryan Dietrich. Yeah, friend of mine. So
Again, same guy?
Who is he again? Why do I know him?
he's a real estate agent locally. And his wife owns
Oh, okay. That's,
his wife owns Truffle Bar.
yeah.
So
Oh, okay. Yes,
friends
yes.
of ours, that came up because he's a real estate agent. He was representing the woman that owns the building.
Right.
It was the former chocolate lab.
Correct.
So they were retiring. The space was becoming vacant. They were looking for a tenant.
Great spot.
That's right across from Hotel Bethlehem.
Yes, sir.
How many
Yes,
square
sir.
feet is that place?
1,000.
1,000 square feet.
Everything we touch is 1,000 square feet for some reason. Promenade and that.
That's all you really need, yeah.
For a soft serve concept that works.
Now, you
For
make the
backs
soft
or
serve there,
local. No, so we buy Libby's soft serve mix.
and then
we,
you make
we
it.
sell that. Yep.
Okay.
And then we make it on site and serve it.
And serve that. So now that's open, and now you have the waffles on 3rd Street, right?
Waffles on 3rd Street. So
When did that come about?
that came about, that was a few years in the making, actually. So we try to give back where we can, particularly to education, because our wives are in education. So every year we attend the Bethlehem Area School District Foundation, which is at the Wind Creek Casino. And we happen to run into the former mayor, Matt Callahan, who's representing or works for a development company called
John, yeah.
Peron. And he's like, I hear all the great things you're doing. We got a couple developments coming up here on 3rd. If you ever want to talk about that, let me know. So I'm like, John, I need your contact. A couple days later, John, great to meet you via email. Would be interested to see what you're working on 3rd Street, because Rick and I might be looking. So we looked at a few places, and down there's the Criz, so that it's similar than it is down in Allentown, where the tax breaks and so on. So I was like, maybe we fall into something that benefits us on a fit out and so on. But we need to get with John and see what's going on. So he showed us a couple spots. We were particularly hung up on one that we loved, but there were some issues zoning-wise on the building. So he's like, let me show you another. Walk us down to 3rd and Taylor. Like, this is actually a great location. 90 degrees of exposure. So
Yeah.
beautiful windows. My brand on both sides. So picture like driving from the Hill to Hill Bridge to the casino,
Yeah.
and the casino to the Hill Bridge.
You stay open late at that one?
We do.
Because all those other restaurants stay open at like 3 a.m.
We do. So we won't stay open until 3, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we stay open until midnight.
Yeah.
But, it was just the right opportunity after talking to John to capitalize on that space. Like, it's beautiful. It's larger than what we'd ever operated.
How many square
out of.
feet?
That's 2,000.
Good for you.
So 1982. So we call it 2,000 square feet. Beautiful back of the house area where we store flour and all the shit that yeast.
Yeah.
But that was great. It fell into our lap, but it was a challenge getting it up and running. Right.
Right.
So we were responsible for the fit out, and Rick and I came to bat and made it happen.
That's something
Nice.
else, man. That's really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been fun.
When it comes to our teeth, the official dentistry for the PizzaFellas podcast is Smiles by Tran, located at 3570 Hamilton Boulevard, Suite 302, Allentown, Pennsylvania. With expert care and state-of-the-art dental technology, Dr. Tran provides everything from routine checkups to advanced cosmetic treatments. Let your best smile shine with the personalized care you deserve by Smiles by Tran. Anna Capri Foods, serving fine Italian restaurants and pizzerias since 1975. Serving Italian restaurants through the New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania region. Dedicated to quality for over 40 years. Located at 55 Winans Ave, Cranford, New Jersey, 07016. Phone number 908-272-4700. For all your Italian, restaurant, and pizzeria food supplies. Since 1975.
And that opened when, though?
That
July,
opened, so that was
No, that one.
March 2025.
So you just opened it. Yeah. And how long did it take you to fit it out?
Oh, probably just because construction's weird, right? So probably a year and a half.
I could see that. I could
So
see
we were
that.
in negotiation like long before Twisted and Dipped even opened. So Rick and I were just making moves in parallel.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Plus, you're still doing the trucks, the corporate events, plus all the
So
stuff's running.
Spread thin, but listen, I didn't quit a lucrative corporate career to sit on my ass either.
Right.
Right? And I have 3 kids to feed. So Rick's the same. He has 2 boys at home. So like, we got to make this work.
I mean,
Have to.
when we were golfing together, I heard him putting orders in.
Yeah.
While we were golfing, and I'm
but
like,
you think about that, right? You can't do that without building a reputation
Correct.
Right.
and a brand. Like, if you're shooting on build-outs and buildings
Yeah.
and you don't have shit to sell or a reputation that you're selling behind,
yeah.
not going to work.
No.
So Rick and I have built confidence over the course of the last 6 years.
Nice.
Why not?
And it's
I
working
mean,
out.
you guys
How
have got
how
it.
about the wholesaling? How did you get into that? When did you start that?
Yeah, so as a business owner, you just think, you pivot, right? So never thought we'd have a pandemic ever. Didn't even know what the word meant. But when we were down in Allentown, I'll never forget this for as long as I live. We're operating at 350 square feet. We're all buzzed up, right? Because the feedback's great. The support is great. Yes, it's new, so the new shiny object, people just want to check it out, maybe, maybe not. But the director of security comes up, and we heard about this trickling of a outbreak, right? He says, do you guys have a plan if the world shuts down for the next 6 months?
Like, what the fuck?
I know everybody.
You laugh in his face, right?
You didn't think it was happening.
I'm on the verge of laughing in his face. I'm like, what are you talking about?
knew something.
He's like, think about it. We walked away. So then the world shut down. So in a market concept, you have 9 owners, which means the capacity for people to come in is larger. So it was like nobody can enter that building. It's too high risk for exposures.
Oh, wow.
So like Rick, our sales clearly are taking a hit. Like I'm paying more for the person to stand there to come in and grab their ice cream from 10 feet away than the bill's worth, right? So what do we got to do? We have to do something. We can't just sit here and let our business dissolve. So you look around, you see the restaurants that have limited capacity or 60% capacity, outdoor seating. So they still have a menu, which includes food and dessert, right? So we got to start to tap into that. We can make ice cream, we can sell it. So next thing you know, we're knocking on doors. The Shelby, Donnie, as gracious as he was, took a meeting, and
I mean, that's probably their best dessert they have there. And we go there all the time. And I'm not saying it because you're here. Every time we go there.
I won't speak for the man, but he says we do very well.
Yeah. Oh, they do fucking more than very well. But everything they do, their desserts are very limited.
Well, Shelby's top notch. But Shelby's
it is, but I'm just saying.
Donnie.
We love Donnie. I'm just saying that is very smart of you to do that.
Yeah, and I want to be associated with a brand like that and a guy like that. That's who I want to be with. That's who I want to roll with. So, Shelby, let's get a call with Donnie. Let's get in front of Donnie. Let's ask him what he's serving. Let's introduce him to our stuff. So we had a meeting. Next thing you know, we're on Donnie's menu. Next thing you know, we're at McCall Brewing Company. Next thing you know, we're at West Side Grill. Next thing you know, we're at Wild Turkey. You start to leverage relationships too, and it's another avenue for revenue, right? So
great avenue.
You need to open it. We need money.
Now, at first, when you're doing this, do you limit them to the amount of, or they're asking you, I want 3 flavors, 4 flavors, because you have a shit ton of ice cream.
We don't limit, you're asking if we limit the quantity that they can order?
Oh, no, the limit meaning their flavors, the flavors. You know what I mean? Like, say, someone if they want 12 flavors on their menu, you're going to give them 12 flavors on their menu.
Yes.
That's the way to do it.
The minimum for us to deliver is 3.
Okay.
So anything beyond that will service.
And you have a refrigerated truck delivering this?
We do.
Wow.
So we're so committed to that. Again, forward thinking. We built out a wholesale website that people can go on, Joe or Donnie or whoever, select their flavor, up to 200 flavors, submit it.
Wait. 200 flavors you have?
Yes.
I can't even.
I'm digesting.
I can't even think of 20. Who comes up with the flavors?
I'm digesting.
It's a combination of Rick and customers and.
It's growth. I mean, if you think about it, it's just similar to us at the pizza business. Yeah. You could go to Biagio's. I've made over 300-400 different slice pies.
That you never thought you'd make.
It's exactly
20 years ago.
Somebody comes in and says, you know what, I had this in Italy. Or I had this in Santa Fe, California. Can you make it? Or my mom used to make me this cake. Reminds me of my childhood. It's made with this, and that. Do you think you can make that? Yeah. So you start to hit up suppliers.
How do I get this?
All we need is raw materials, right? So I have a bag of milk, and then
you just add
everything we add to that with our own,
twist
is what makes us great. Other bar does their same thing, and the Cup does their thing. Everybody can buy a bladder of milk, but there's a reason people are talking about batch.
Right.
Everybody can buy a bladder of milk. Everybody can buy yeast and dough and make dough.
Yeah.
Right? They go to Biagio for a reason.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, 100%.
So
no, that's definitely the way to do it.
Wow.
It's exciting. It's fun.
It is. All right. Well, listen, I know
when we come back, we got to taste the ice cream.
We're going to taste the ice cream.
I have the ice cream.
We're going to take some break. We're going to eat some pizza too.
Before we take a break, I want to just say it's an honor to be on the show. I wanted to start with that.
Yeah, no.
Thank you for coming.
Well, here, let's pour a shot.
Pretty quickly, but it's an honor, honestly, because I've known Joe and I've known Sal for 20 plus years now. It's a blessing to see his son in business with him. It's a blessing to see what you're building.
Well, listen,
we'll do
I'm
a
going to
shot
tell you
before you
something.
go.
To see you hear your success and hear your story, and to know that as a young man, I was able to be a coach by you.
That's
I was
yours.
able to see your successes, and to see where you're. That means everything we yelled and everything we
Appreciate
said, you have the discipline, my
I
man.
appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, so we did the
Thank you.
right things, everybody, and we had a great group of people.
There's the next
Straight up
generation
people.
sitting there. Prince of
There we
Pizza
go.
right
Look
there.
at that.
No, he's got to be in the NFL or something for me. He's my retirement plan. He ain't fucking doing nothing.
Baby Gronk.
Baby, yeah,
2.0.
Baby Gronk.
I hope.
There you go.
Well, hey,
Salute.
salute, Manny.
Salute, man.
Salute, guys. Thank you.
Cheers.
All right, PizzaFellas Podcast, episode 81. We're going to be back with Manny, the Batch. I have a bunch more questions for him, and maybe we'll talk about some of the stories back
I
then
got
in
to taste
football.
ice cream, too.
And we're going to taste some ice cream. So we'll be back in a little bit. Thanks, guys.
Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the Pizza Fellas.
PizzaFellas Podcast right here. The hottest in the world.
All right, we are back. PizzaFellas Podcast, episode 81. We just had some ice cream. Manny, that was, again,
Fucking great.
I love your mint chocolate chip because with the big mint chocolate chip chunks, the chocolate, that
one of my favorites.
sets it off.
Yes.
You know, that was my son's favorite, as you
I
can
couldn't
tell.
bring the hot fudge, but
It's all right.
it's all good.
I'm not a hot fudge kind of guy, honestly. I like ice cream to be ice cream.
Yeah.
My kind of ice cream, I don't know about everyone else here, but I'm vanilla bean. Vanilla bean, give me a good vanilla bean.
Yes.
Simple.
Coconut.
You.
Vanilla.
Coconut, or give me a black raspberry. What's up, Dave? What's going on? So something like that is delicious. You want to know my favorite ice creams that's the most fucking random, and my wife makes fun of me all the time?
Tell me.
Bubblegum.
Oh, I
delicious.
love bubblegum.
Fucking love
Bubblegum.
bubblegum ice cream.
Cotton candy.
I don't like cotton candy.
Listen,
I love
I'm
bubblegum.
The one
cotton candy.
I can't figure out is tea berry. I can't.
I like tea berry.
Yeah.
Tea berry.
It's almost like
Yeah.
bubblegum.
What's up, Dave?
Tea berry is like Pepto Bismol.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree
do
with
it.
you. Now, do you have a favorite ice cream?
I'm traditional like you. I'm a vanilla bean, mint chip,
Yeah.
Simple.
cookie dough.
I like cookie dough.
What's
Don't
your
get me
biggest
wrong,
seller?
There are our biggest seller, not including obviously vanilla and chocolate, but Cookie Monster's one of them. Cold Brew's another. We have some really unique and amazing flavors. Lavender Honey's one.
Sounds good.
Anything with peanut
that
butter,
sounds
like
good.
peanut butter cookie is
Always sells.
seller.
Oh, like a Nutter Butter almost.
Ricotta Fig and Honey or Ricolt.
Ricotta.
Really?
Really? I've never
Really?
thought that.
Yeah.
Ricotta, fig, and honey.
Honey,
Yes.
that sounds
What
delicious.
kind of
How'd
regatta
you
do
come
you
up
live?
with that?
You have to ask Rick that question.
Have
I'll
you-
just buy it from you guys. Just tell me some Ricolt.
There's so many out
Just tell me
there.
how to say it right.
Regard. That's how we say it.
How about
Talking
a
to fucking
pizza flavored pizza?
This guy over here. You know what I say? Ricotta. You know why? Because I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm making it. I don't have time for that shit.
I like
love
to
it.
say it the Brooklyn way.
Yeah,
Regard.
yeah. Listen, we got a lot of good flavors though.
What about pizza flavor? Pizza Fellas ice cream.
We might have to explore that. I don't know how great.
Have
it
you
is.
used any Mike's Hot and Honey?
We haven't yet.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Any of the Hot and Honey and
We've done maple bacon, which is fantastic.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that does actually.
Yeah, we
So wait, you actually put bacon pieces in there or bacon flavoring?
bacon pieces in it.
Holy shit!
It's delicious.
You know,
Bacon fest.
I wanted to ask you, and I always think about this to every fucking ice cream shop I go to.
If I have the answer, I'll give it to you.
You're gonna have the answer because you own fucking so many things.
It doesn't mean I know everything though.
I know. Your employees.
Yes.
We struggle with adults. Okay?
Yes.
Most of your employees have to be teenagers,
Yes.
college students.
Yep.
We struggle on time. We struggle who's calling off. We struggle this. You have 3 operations plus 2 food trucks, 4 operations plus 2 food trucks. You said earlier, spread yourself thin. You want to work. I understand that whole thing. My biggest thing is like, I go to these ice cream places, these kids.
Yeah.
Is it tough dealing with
It's
these
not
teenagers?
easy. It's not easy. Well, I'll start by saying we have an amazing staff.
100%, yeah.
And we're blessed to be fully staffed, right? There's not many times where Rick and I have to be behind the dipping cabinet scooping. That's a win.
Do you have a training program?
We have trainers, not necessarily like a finite training program. We know who we can trust. 'Cause
Okay.
They've been with us long enough, and they're a designated trainer with us that we can throw somebody under their wing.
Okay.
But we employ anywhere from 15 to, let's say, 15 to 22, right? So sophomores in high school to sophomores in college. But the same issues that you experience, it's pretty much the same for us, right? A lot of I don't want to say like neglect of their shift, but sometimes they forget, right? It's their first job. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's got to be a little hard.
I think it'd be a little bit more frustrating for me if they're an adult, forgetting that they had to work, right? But yeah, it's always a challenge.
Well, also, when I'm going to ask, like, to piggyback on that, is dealing with the rush.
Yeah.
You're 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. You've never had 25 people waiting in line looking at you. I want this. And some are impatient.
And believe it or not, they do get impatient. But Rick does a good job of like mixing up the staff that are younger or inexperienced with people that have been with us for a little bit.
Okay.
Right? He's not going to just stick because he does all the scheduling. He's not
Six
sophomore in
sophomore,
high school on a shift on a Saturday night, or for example today, right? It's what, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Tonight they're launching the new Jurassic Park movie down at the Promenade.
Oh, shit.
So they had a big event. They had dinosaurs in the parking lot, and petting zoo, and this and that and the other, and we were busy. So Rick does a good job of making sure that we're staffed in a way that you give experience to those who don't have it, and we have somebody that can kind of lead the way behind the counter as well. So it's hard. It's never easy.
No,
you guys know that, and you've been doing it a lot longer than I have.
Ages, yeah.
It's never easy, but we've been blessed to have the bodies, right? We have numbers. Rick is struggling now to find people hours, right? We're scheduling, and we're trying to like swap people out every other weekend to make sure people are on the schedule, or else they're not going to stick around.
Right.
They want to get paid.
Yes.
The difference also too is when you're employing adults, those are real life like expenses that they have to fill. They might have a mortgage.
They have families. They have kids.
They might have daycare.
They're looking for
right?
other things.
So it's challenging, right? You have a heart for that, and I have a heart for that too. But most of the kids we employ don't have many expenses.
They don't need benefits.
If they're not on the schedule one weekend, it's not going to completely jeopardize their livelihood.
Well, it's good you think that way because, I mean, I know he taught me that, like, you got to realize as a business owner, you're not only feeding your family, you're feeding your employees'
And
families.
that's one of the most things I'm proud of. I can honestly say, like, whether my business profits $1 million or 100,000 or 10,000, I'm proud enough to conduct a business that's profitable enough to pay myself, my employees, the overhead, the insurance. There's something to be said for that, right?
Absolutely.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's not easy to do,
No.
but I'll say that we have a great staff. We have an amazing staff. We have a lot of good people. We have a pay structure that gives them bumps as they progress through school. And many of the people stick with us from sophomore year to freshman or sophomore year in college, right?
Good.
They're sticking with us. They're coming back.
Yeah, they come back for
We're
the
doing
summer.
something right. Rick and I are relating and building something that's actually worth showing up to.
If I may ask, Manny, of all your locations, though, all the ones that are open all year long are which ones?
All year round are Twisted and Dipped, Wonderful, and Batch Promenade.
Okay, so those, and then you staff those all year round. So
Yes.
you have, so again, still using the same staff, but some of them are in school here.
Yes.
Okay.
But for breaks when they come back and stuff, that makes it easy, right? Because
Yeah,
they
we
have
do that
somewhere
with
to come
people.
back to. You know what I mean? So,
Now, when it goes also into, like, I have to say the story. I'm not going to say the name because I know you probably know the people, you're friends with them. But I just was talking to my dad and Antonio about this the other day. Actually, yesterday. We went the other day to an ice cream place, well-known ice cream place in the Valley. Makes a shit ton of fucking business due to the location. And I walked in, and I said to my wife, do you see this? Do you see in between the coolers? Do you see how it is disgusting? Do you see the back? It's ice cream. I just ate a small cup and I had sugar ice cream on. It's sticky. There's a cleanliness. Is that a tough thing in your business to keep all that shit clean?
yeah, I mean, just thinking back to what we just discussed, right? We're employing younger individuals, right? They're learning. And we embrace that. It's part of my role as a business owner to be a mentor and just like teach them the ropes,
Yes.
as is Rick's and our trainers. They're learning how to be an employee.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they've never swept the floor or mopped the floor.
Correct.
Maybe they've never done dishes, right? So you got to look at that in a couple different lenses. I look at it and I get frustrated just like you do as a business owner.
Yeah.
Rick looks at that. He gets frustrated as a business owner because they're on your payroll. They have a job to do. But you have to take that with a grain of salt as well. You got to see it from both sides. They're learning. They're younger. Most in my business, they're younger. You know what I mean? And maybe that's the case for whoever you're speaking.
No, I mean, I
Speaking
dealt
for
with
as
it.
well.
Did you teach them it?
So, yeah, of course.
Well, I deal with
And
it.
we teach them it, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it doesn't always stick. It's like
Well, I know, for example,
I have a
we
6-year-old.
Yeah.
I tell him to pick up his toys in the toy room. How many times?
No, I understand that. I do.
It's the same exact.
It's the same
concept.
thing.
Yeah.
It's just
Yes.
in a different environment.
Oh, great. I mean, you look at it, we got 2 bus boys, and, the one bus boy's, I can tell him once, and he does it. The other one, I tell him once, and I see 5 minutes later he's not doing it. And I get frustrated, but I have to then realize I got to now coach him continuously instead of, hey, you go get in the sink, help out, take the clean dishes back. I got one. This kid, you tell him once, he does it for 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, he's like this in the dining room.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I just fucking told you, go in the fucking sink. Like, at this point, you're fucking going to college. I literally just fucking told you, correct? Right?
Go in the
So then, I swear. And then tonight, I see him again, 5 minutes after I told him. He does it. I'm watching him in the camera. 5 minutes later. Now he's with the girls and the waitresses, and he's sitting there leaning back on the booth. I said, nobody wants to see you with your fucking tits out, fucking leaning back, talking to the girls. I just told you, buddy. Go in the sinks. We're shorthanded. Oh, yeah, I got you. My bad.
Yeah.
And then, but I'll literally look at him and be like, I just got to continuously
tough.
coach
Yeah.
this kid. Like, come on, keep it going. I'm here. I'm going to help you out.
The toughest part is seeing, you see your payroll go out, right? And you know what you pay to run your business. And to see that is frustrating, right? It's frustrating, but
Especially when you're hands-on as an
Yes.
owner and you're working.
yeah. At the same time, though, like, there's many different variables to that specific issue
100%.
that need to be addressed. But
No. It's just like coaching, and he could relate to
I mean,
it.
I come in and I'll tell people stuff that, I don't have great eyes, but I have eyes for.
so they hope
He
you're
sees
working.
dust.
I know. I see
No, they
things
don't
that,
hope he's working.
and I walk around.
'Cause he sees shit.
I see like my chairs, like
Yeah.
the slats have dust on them, and I'll just
The
tell
table
guys,
right
well,
here.
I'll tell it doesn't matter what area you are in the front of the house. Listen, that's got to be taken care of. The crumb bar's got to get. I'll go sit on a chair and just put my hands like this back, and it's like I feel salt in here.
Yeah.
This has to be cleaned, and
It's tough. Rick and I go into our stores, and we'll see it from a customer's lens, unannounced, right? Unannounced. It's tough to the consistency, establishing the consistency around that kind of thing, is the biggest challenge. 'Cause
it's a challenge
they'll-
for everybody. We're
they'll
there,
do-
and it's a challenge.
they'll do the right thing when you're there.
Yeah.
Like if you're there, right, Sal? Say you
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
Ashlyn out for pizza at your spot.
Yeah.
If you're there, that same dude, everything you tell him, he's going to make sure he does. But the second you walk out of there, that's the issue. That's a
Well,
challenge.
it falls off. It's just like
And then
it's,
then you're bordering on: do I micromanage these people, and do I not? Right? Because you also try to grow a business. Whether maybe I speak for myself, I'm not speaking for you guys, but I'm trying to grow a business that's a little bit more passive. And there comes a lot of training with that, right? You have to have a good, strong staff for that. I don't want to be the guy scooping. I'll go on record saying that. I didn't quit a corporate job to scoop ice cream my whole life.
you quit it to manage your business.
Yeah, I want to manage the business. I want to grow a business. But if they can't do it the way that I expect, because I have very high expectations, that's where the issue lies.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that you're
'Cause
100%.
You can't stomach that. I can't stomach that. You can't. Rick can't. I see it and it just boils my blood.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm dealing with sophomores in high school to sophomores in college. So
Right.
it's a little bit different of a conversation.
a little bit different,
That's
yeah.
all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I actually,
You ever have the thing? So, I try to tell people when I hire them, and I do this all the time. It's like, I make the schedule, be on the schedule. If you need a day off, just tell me. I give them days off all the time. If somebody asks me, can I have this day off? Yeah, you got it. I'll figure it out. We'll get around it. Because I want people to enjoy their lives.
Of course.
But the thing that just drives me nuts is you're in the week, and all of a sudden I have my mother just told me there's a graduation on Saturday, and I look at him and I said, and I don't yell. I mean, I just, do you remember we had the conversation? And they'll tell you yes. I says, well, you have to be responsible here. This is a business that makes money, and you're being paid your thing. So this time it's okay.
Exactly right.
But the next time, you need to be, you have to have some responsibility in what you're doing. You understand that? Yes. All right. So let's not have it happen in the future. Okay.
I couldn't agree with you more.
And that's
honestly,
what are you going to do? You're going to these kids are so young.
Give a week of
They
notice.
can't handle if you get
but
abrupt.
in every interview I ever have, every single interview I ever have, I express the fact that you're a young adult. You're a young adult. The way Rick and I run our business, we're not going to handhold you. We're not micromanagers. We're going to give you the support you need. But the schedule is your responsibility. When you're on the schedule, it's not my responsibility to call or text you that you work tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
If you can't, things do happen, right?
Of course.
Okay.
My car broke down.
Yes.
My mom had to go to the hospital. Someone got sick.
But when you see the patterns,
Yes, you
develop,
start to realize.
and you know the people. You already know the people. You already know the person or the people
gonna
that,
do it.
that are going to do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like we had the one employee got pulled over for a ticket, and when that employee walked in, you would have thought the person was ready to die. And I just said to him, listen, you got a ticket. Don't worry. I can see it on your face. Don't be upset. I'm not upset. Nobody here is upset.
Right.
I don't want you to get a ticket, but you have a legitimate excuse here.
Sure.
So don't get yourself any more frustrated.
Yeah.
And then that person calmed down, was able to bring their personality back to the table. But look, didn't understand, didn't realize. And then my wife helped him with what went on, and it all got solved very quickly.
Yeah.
Helping the person.
Sometimes the issues are larger than they seem.
Yeah.
But do you guys put the onus on them to cover their shift if they can't make it?
A lot of those situations
Because again,
don't happen.
we're young adults. We're young adults. We work together. They don't work for me. We work together. If you can't make it for your shift, reach out to your colleagues and your peers. As long as the shift is covered, I don't care who works it. As long as we all do the job the right way and service the customer,
Right.
first and foremost. But the onus is on them. Yes, everybody wakes up sick. Yes, there could be a day where I feel like shit and I can't get out of bed. There's not much you can do about that, but we live in a world of technology. We use social schedules. I don't know what you guys use for your platform. Social schedules, you can see your schedule. You can text message function. You can drop shifts. You can pick up shifts. If they text us with a issue, the first thing they have to do is try to resolve it on their own. And when they can't, we'll go from there.
This is on the joking side, Manny, but I love, I'm going to be 59. And I wake up some days, I'm an old guy, but when they call you up and they're like, I'm having some stomach issues, and then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, stay home, no problem.
Yeah.
I understand, take care of it.
It's almost better to do that because they're going to be at your establishment.
100%, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to downgrade or demean or...
No, I just...
You know what I mean? But these are the people... These are the things that people don't think about.
Well, they didn't grow up like us.
Think about back in
think
football.
You got to be there.
Hey, think about it. If you said, hey,
You
coach,
got to be on the field.
I'm having a problem down on the field right now. My belly's hurting. Yeah?
Imagine telling
The
Fair
woods is
Claw.
over there.
or Willie Edwards.
H.
Imagine telling
in peace.
rest in peace, Willie Edwards.
Yes,
Imagine
rest in
telling
peace,
him,
Willie.
"Fucking, you can't make it."
But honestly, all of those lessons translate in some way.
Yes.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it's not like that.
All of those lessons translate in some way.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
I
communicate
can't
that
practice
in a
today.
way that's
I mean, you remember the shit we went through,
politically correct, but all of those lessons translate.
Man, imagine if you came down there.
It's like-
we're starting doubles, and you're like, "Hey, coach, I don't feel it today." Yeah. Good. I'll see you on the field.
Different, yeah, exactly.
And you're looking like,
What about when we were fucking bear crawling in the goose shit at Jordan Creek?
And
Yeah, you remember-
and ran back to Central.
I ran back to Central,
From
and they're
Jordan.
like, and I'm like, "Yo, coach, there's goose shit. Who gives a fuck? Put your hand in
I
it.
hear
You're
you.
not gonna get
wait,
sick."
was that the year that we lifted down at that
Yeah.
gym? Do you remember when he told me I had to run you guys?
Yeah,
So I took you down there.
there's not much I don't remember. I'm scarred.
I'm thinking to myself, I got to bring these guys down and run. And like, I'm going to say this now. I was in disagreement with it. You know what I mean?
all right.
I was like, these guys.
That was
don't-
Donnie.
Donnie.
Yeah, but I was like, we shouldn't be doing this.
I mean, he made us better.
Yeah,
But I mean, your senior year, I mean, that was a good team. That was
They were a good team. We were a good team, but we were 5-5.
well. The
Yeah,
reason
but
was because
remember
the
the
quarterback
boxing?
controversy. That was the biggest
I
issue.
know.
That was our biggest issue. I see Melly, I see Tommy, I see them both. That was our biggest fucking issue that year. And then the only reason I played is because the fucking, and again,
no names. That was-
no, with him. I made that catch during camp, and you were
Oh, yeah, I
safety.
told. What are they?
And I made the
Him and Horn?
I made you and Horn, and I made a catch over you two that I should have never fucking made a
You
catch.
guys derailed them.
You fucked me up, and they were like, "Oh shit."
He earned it, though. He
I
earned
did.
everything. He played as a sophomore.
I started,
Yeah.
and remember I partied with you guys more than I played
Yes.
with my own class.
And it
The
was fun.
fucking parties we had.
And it all goes full circle.
You guys remember at that gym down there by Jordan when you guys would put the boxing glove on one arm? I think it was one arm, and then you would box.
Yeah.
So I think it was you and Jake were boxing. All of a sudden, and I had you guys down there by myself. Yeah, hats off to Jake. man.
Yes.
So next thing you know, Donnie walks in. He comes over my back shoulder. He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "What?" They're fighting there. I was like, they're learning in there. But it was my son and
They're
Jake.
learning in there.
I said, he's like, and he broke it up. And I think that was what made us go down and run because I was like, yeah, they're having fun.
No,
It's all your fault.
It was my fault.
the best was though his hit. I don't know. You probably remember, but remember when Glenn Mills came to scrimmage us
Yes.
at Jay Burney?
On the sideline.
So this kid comes up on a pass, and they've tried to run a deep ball, and this one black kid comes up, catches it, and Manny comes out of fucking nowhere and laid this. I'm talking about when I
it's
talk about a
Glenn
hit.
Jackson. You
This
hit
fucking
that
kid
guy.
used to hit, and I was because I played. I was like, "Fuck!" When he hit me, it was like, "All right."
I was only 148 then, but listen, that was before my NFL days.
Yeah, bro.
Went
If
on
you
to
were
his
taller, you
prestigious
could have been.
career.
He hits this fucking kid so fucking hard. He
I
flies
appreciate it, guys,
into the
but
fucking Glenn
I
Mills
have
bench.
no career beyond that.
Glenn Mills bench. Helmet comes off,
Mm-hmm.
and Manny fucking stands over him. Now Glenn Mills juvies. These
Yeah.
fucking kids are prisoners. It's fucking chaos on the
I
field.
still look over my shoulder today.
And
coming for me.
but we were like, even though we were at
You
Central
brought
Catholic,
everything, man.
we had
You brought everything.
we had gangsters on our team. Like we
was
didn't
fun.
give a fuck. So this guy Manny's ricks him, and he's like this, and the whole fucking Glenn Mills is around him. Next thing you know, we all fucking rush over. The coaches now it's not a game;
Yeah, it's a
a
scrimmage.
scrimmage. So we had refs there. The refs are like, "What the fuck do we do?" It was chaos, but that fucking hit, I still remember.
Now
he
I'm a
caught it.
220-pound dad that
Selling
eats
ice cream.
Nothing wrong with
I
that.
play flag football with my son every now and then. But
Nothing wrong. But I have.
no, it was great. And
Not to cut it up.
No,
but
go ahead,
I
go
know.
ahead, go
I
ahead.
know the ice cream you should make for us.
tell me.
Cannoli cream with Mike's hot honey.
Ooh,
We can do it.
yeah, we could call
We'll
it
do
the PizzaFellas ice cream.
Rick, did you hear that?
Yeah, Rick heard
We
it.
got to make that, Rick.
Right?
Yep.
All right,
That's a good idea.
that is a great idea, actually.
I get paid the big bucks.
Somebody's got to write down all these recipes.
We will.
These flavors, not recipes, but the flavors, I'll try them.
That's why we got ChatGPT.
There you go.
We'll just tell them and they'll do it.
I love it.
Now, with your kids, we talk about football. Have you ever thought about how old's your oldest?
6.
All right, mine's 8. You know, I've been doing it since he was 4. I'm helping him. I'm coaching him. He's starting tackle now, 2nd year. Have you ever thought now, is he getting older, is football in the works with your kid?
Yeah, so he played flag.
Okay.
He's still trying to figure out what he likes.
Okay.
Like I'm not a guy to force him in any direction.
Yeah. You got to find out what they like.
But he's like we've checked all the boxes. He's played soccer. He fucking hates soccer. We played t-ball. Like t-ball. Didn't love t-ball. Played flag football. Played coach pitch baseball recently. And I'm assistant on all these teams. So every now and then he gives me hints like, Daddy, I don't want to play baseball. I want to play football. I want to play football. I want to play football. So clearly he's gravitated towards football.
Okay.
And I won't hold him back from that. I just don't want to overcommit on something and force him into something where he might not like.
I
Because
got
there's
you.
financial commitment to that too.
Oh, believe me, I
The
know.
fucking cleats and the
What is the cleats? Dude, I just went to a football tournament in Ocean City, Maryland. We spent probably fucking $3,000.
easily. So
I got to go to fucking Canton, Ohio in 2 weeks. I don't even know what the fuck I'm going to do. I told the dads, where are we going to drink? Waffle House? I said, what is there? You got a mobile gas station, you got the hotel, and you got a Waffle House. And you got the Hall of
they
Fame.
might sell booze.
Yeah, I
never
hope
know.
so. I
Yeah.
said, but where the fuck
It's
we
in a
getting
touristy
drunk?
town.
I said, when the kids go to bed and the dads want to go out at night, where are we
love
going?
it. Yeah,
We're going to
yeah.
walk into a dive bar with a bunch of fucking hicks, and they're going to be like,
that's okay too.
the
Though.
fuck are
Little
these guys?
outlet.
Oh, no, I can combine. The problem is the rest of them are going to be like,
they're like, what the
who the
fuck
fuck
is
am
this?
I? I got 3 black guys. I got 2 Spanish guys. I got 6 white guys. They're going to look at us like, what is this, for immigration? ICE is coming?
Ice is coming.
Yeah, what the fuck? But, yo, it is a lot of money. I always say this. So I was talking to a parent this weekend, and they were asking me about Joey and stuff, and he said, football this. I said, listen, I'm not one of those guys. My son's going to be a quarterback. I'm not one of those guys. My son's going to be this. My son's going to be an athlete. Yeah. And every parent, I think, with kids need to start to learn that because it's too much. My son is this. No, your son is not this. Your son's an athlete first.
Right.
That's why Joey does baseball, basketball, football, golf, and jiu-jitsu. Why is he doing 5 different things? Because I want my son to grow to be an athlete.
Exactly,
At some point in his life,
He'll fall into something.
His
exactly.
coaches all won at least 2.
And
3
he'll fall into
sports.
place naturally, right?
Naturally, without me and if he tells me, Dad, I don't want to do this, then don't do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, just enough. I'm not.
I don't know if I can't compare the difference of when you were getting him in as to when I'm getting my son in, but
I started him at 4.
at 5 and 6, like my son's still unsure. He wants to play sports, he just doesn't know what the
what?
fuck's. Like he doesn't know which one he wants to do.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about
You know what I
baseball
mean?
at that age too, what kills you is we talk about it all the time. It's slow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, until you get into it. Now he just started doing the pitch where he's pitching. Now,
Yeah, then
now
they
he
like
went. Now he's back into it. You know,
They don't know
And
what
then-
they're doing in the field. They're like, Where do
Exactly.
I throw the ball?
Yeah.
What do I do now?
Off season, they don't want to play again, but once they start playing, they're like, I fucking love it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Right.
you love
Blake
it.
didn't want to
But
play
football's a little
last
bit.
year, and then
It's a little easier to understand for them. Like run the ball to that end zone.
It's a lot more movement.
Yeah.
A lot more movement.
And a little
Action is
easier.
going
Yeah, of
faster.
course. So
And we're here to give them experience. But that's good though that you're getting your
Sal, it's
family into
awesome.
that.
Like you see their development and you see them.
Oh, 100%. I
That's the
see
best
all
part.
these kids, man. I always these parents. I tell my wife all the time, put up stuff that's fine, but just we don't need any bad karma.
Yeah.
Just let these kids let them do their thing.
Yeah.
Our son is doing the right thing right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have him on a path to continue success, and that's it. Let him just
Exactly
if he's not starting on one team, maybe he's starting on another.
Yeah.
If
Stick
he's
with
doing this, and just keep doing it, and let him learn not to be the best player.
Right.
Because
But
I was never the fucking best player.
There's probably more value in him learning not to be
Right.
the best player than there is to him being the best player.
90% of the
right?
kids in youth don't
You know
play
what
the
I mean?
same
Exactly.
position in middle school and
It's
high
like
school.
they have to learn, not failure. It's not failure at that
But like
point.
you said, when I was a sophomore in high school, I was a fucking chubby kid coming in with long hair, and no one thought I was the number 6 tight end on the fucking roster. You said I earned it.
Yes.
They have to learn how to earn
Of course.
it, and that you got to earn your spot at some point.
And every parent has their own style.
Exactly.
And we can agree to that, but I know where I fit and I stand on that. and I'm sure you do too.
You know, and that's just how I think it should be most of the time.
You know, I'll never forget when he says that. That was the first day of doubles, and the charts were up on when you walk into the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody goes out. And I was waiting there, and he probably came out one of the last. And he's looking at me, and he's like, "Come here." And guys are passing. I said, "Just wait here." Everybody went up. It was just me and him down there. Everybody's going down to the field. What's the problem? I said, "I see it on your face." He goes, "Look where I am on the chart." I says, "Where are you?" He goes, I said, "No, you're not." I says, "The moment that you got second team scout, you get in there. Go get punched in the face."
Yep.
I don't want to hear it. I says,
lumps,
"Go do what you have to do and earn your position." I don't want to hear that you're looking at, that's nothing. That's a piece of paper with writing.
Yep.
When you catch a ball, when you go down, you make a play.
Build confidence.
Everybody, the seniors are going to respect you. The juniors will respect you. And they're going to know who's the guy that got to be there.
Yeah. And he did that.
And he did that.
And
when we went to Wyoming Valley West,
Yeah.
remember we ran 2 tight ends.
Yeah.
He started, next play, we went to pro right, he's still in.
When you get those kids that hit puberty, there's kids who didn't do anything in youth. They hit puberty, and then they're star players, and star players aren't doing shit when they get older.
Yeah.
You know,
Sal did his thing.
no, it's not even though. I did do, but you know what's the thing about us?
Experience the vibrant flavors of Vietnam at Phenomenal, located at 319 South Cedar Crest Boulevard, Allentown, Pennsylvania. From rich, steaming bowls of pho to fresh, flavorful banh mi, every dish is crafted with authentic ingredients and passion. Whether you're dining in or taking out, Phenomenal promises a delicious and unforgettable experience. Stop by today and taste why it's more than just a name. It's truly phenomenal. Nick's Pizza and Restaurant. Craving the perfect slice? Nick's Pizzeria Restaurant, located at 822 Main Street, Bethlehem, serves up delicious handcrafted pizza and classic Italian dishes made with love. Whether you're stopping in for a quick lunch, a family dinner, or takeout, Nick's is your go-to spot for mouth-watering flavors. Taste the tradition at Nick's, where every bite feels like home. And tell them that the PizzaFellas Podcast sent you.
I tell people that central fucking culture, man, was so much different back then. And I hope Jake and Cohen and them can bring it back.
And they will.
And they will. But you remember, man, you walked in, if you didn't look to get the coach's respect, I looked to get your respect, the seniors. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's how it was when you were a sophomore.
Yeah, of course.
You looked when you were a sophomore to get the seniors. When you were, and that whole culture
I also
was built
learned that
there.
the hard way, too, right? I was the guy, like, you look to earn the respect, but I look to earn it in the wrong way. So I'll give you an example of that, which is, I'm talking 25 years ago now, right? So Tyler Chomick, senior when I was a freshman.
Yep.
And you understood that. He understood that. I didn't, right? You earn the respect. You're there. There's a legacy at Central Catholic.
Yeah.
Football is their everything other than girls basketball.
Well, no, boys basketball was powerhouse last few years.
But you know what I mean? Like, I didn't get that. And every time I see Chomick, we hug it out. And it's water under the bridge. But I was a freshman. Hot shit, right?
I remember the story.
And double sessions, everybody's all pissed off. It's like fourth day. It's hot. We're bruised. We're tired. And Chomick's talking shit to the freshman. And I'm the guy. Go fuck yourself. All right. He didn't say anything. Like, okay. He kept running. Next thing you know, we're in the locker room changing. They're already done. They're showered. I didn't even see him coming. He put me up on a wall. Flipped me around, put me up on a wall. I don't remember what he said. I think I blacked out. I might have told him to fuck off again, but he put me on the wall, and then he dropped me, and that was over. But I learned, right?
Yeah.
He earned the respect. I earned it in the wrong way, but after that, he kind of respected me for being like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
We're all going through the same thing right now.
We're all trying to.
You're hot. I'm hot. You earned your spot. You're a senior. You're varsity. We're all busting ass for the common goal for Central Catholic, same flag.
Yeah.
So I told him to fuck off, and that was it. So
Yeah, but
if he's listening, he remembers the story.
I still don't think you did it in the wrong way. Because I remember at the same time, there was times when I got a little. We all did. We got hot. We talk shit to each other.
Right.
You know, you were. If I was there, yo, you ain't gonna guard me. I'm gonna fucking get.
He didn't take kindly to it.
He did it.
It is
at
what
first.
it is.
Well, that was my cousin Sal's group. You know,
Yes.
that group.
Yes, it
that
was
group
your
was
cousin.
fucking different.
I forgot. Yes.
That group was fucking big. That
It
group
was big.
That was a different, huge.
Sal alone.
Sal-
Where the fuck is he? He should be right here.
Listen to me. That line was freaking incredibly large.
They were.
They were probably 2,000 pounds across the line.
Easy.
So
they,
big.
They were big.
I mean, and we had big guys, but they were fun. They were huge. That group.
Yes.
Us, we had athletes.
We did.
We had athletes
Everywhere.
Yeah.
across the fucking board.
Cambridge was a beast.
McCambridge. You had Cohen.
Cohen was a beast.
Cohen was a beast.
Horton was a beast.
Horton was a beast. Our linebacker. What's his name? The black kid.
Oh, Semler.
Semler. Semler. You remember Semler? You would fucking. This guy would fill the hole like Brian fucking Urlacher, bro. We'd run 24 per hour. They're like, Sal, you got to block Semler. I'm like, nah. I don't really want to block him.
coming.
He's coming. He's coming to kill me right now. Like I already know. I'm 16 years old. This kid's 18. He looks like a fucking 90-year-old.
he was a fucking
He's
beast.
a man.
I forgot about
And
him.
he took his pads off. It looked like he didn't take his pads off. He was just like this. I was like, what the fuck am I getting? You want me to block him, coach?
Northampton's got a kid like that right now.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
He's a fucking animal.
Semler was fucking big. Horton Division I corner. I mean,
Two championships.
Who? Horton?
Yeah. Down there at
I think they competed.
no, they competed. I don't think they won it. I think they
It was
won.
at
Richmond.
Richmond. I think the Spiders won it.
no.
Are you sure?
They were competing. I think they were in like the semi-finals.
Okay. Well, that's still, listen.
Who was
Still, he was
real
awesome.
quick? It's bringing me back. Who was the other safety across from you? I forget. McCambridge.
So-
it was
no,
you and
no.
McCambridge was corner.
So I started at safety.
Yeah, and then who was?
Melly was a safety.
Oh, Melly. Yeah,
That's right.
Melly. That's fucking Melly, the athlete of the fucking century that was just a fucking jerk off. And every time I see him, I say to him all the time because I used to hang out. You remember? It was
Where did you see him? That's my question.
I saw him a year or two ago.
I don't think I've seen Melly since 2005.
No, I saw him a year. It was somewhere random, and all I hear is, yeah. I don't know where it was, and all I hear is Sal. I said, Melly? So what the fuck are you doing
Melly.
here? And our Shane, our punter,
I was just gonna say it.
bro, you could be at the fucking goal line. He's punting to the next goal line. It didn't matter where we were at. He could punt the ball 150
Shane
yards.
Casciano. Yeah.
And that's all he did. Imagine in Central Catholic, we have 40 fucking guys, 45 guys,
yeah.
and this kid, all he did was punt. That's it.
Yeah.
That's
And
all
he could
and
punt the ball.
But he could punt.
He could fucking send the goddamn thing.
And then we had our line. I mean, we had guys. It was just, we had fucking Hector. You had all those fucking, you remember? We had, it was a blend of fucking attitude. Gangsters.
It was fun. It was
like,
good.
it was a good fucking time. But I remember those days, man. And then I got to bring up this story, though. You remember that time I fucking was playing and Fairclaw made me, your senior year, my sophomore year, made me push a single dummy,
Yes.
200 fucking yards.
Yeah.
I almost died.
He
stopped
you
practice.
Probably earned that though.
He stopped practice. I did something wrong. I don't know what I did. And he fucking made me just go, boom. See the single man sled? I said, yeah. He goes, goal line to goal line and back. Don't stop. If you stop, you got to do it all over again. You want another beer?
No, it's all good. I don't
Ash,
drink.
you sure?
I don't drink.
All right. Ash, grab another dog. Two of them. I'll drink one with him.
Ash, I'll take
And I
a
did
Miller
that.
Lite, please.
But we had some fucking times, man. Those are good. Those are good fucking
Fun
times.
Hey, listen, I'm just happy to be here, guys.
Thank
I
you
am.
for coming, man.
Of course. So, what do you think? What do you think, Joe? What do you think the industry for the pizza business has in store for the rest of the year? What are you thinking? What's on your mind?
What's on my mind? I mean, I think it's
There's always
pizza.
something, right?
Like pizza from what it was
anything
12
that
years
keeps you
ago.
up at night?
What?
Anything that keeps you up at night?
No, because I mean, I think I'm
take it.
working with the times.
Thanks.
I mean, we're trying to always improve what we do as far as our recipe goes.
Of course.
I'm working with something that I found this past weekend, which I'm not really going to say, but I think if I do go through with this, I'll be the first place in this whole area that does it.
Awesome.
And I'm truly considering it. You remember that conversation we had at Fancy? You don't recall?
I'm
All right. Well,
okay.
I'm not going to
We'll
bring it
talk
up
about it,
because
yeah.
it'll lead to others. And, you know, I'm not very secretive.
Oh, I know you
do.
see. Yeah. I
You
know.
don't have to be secret.
I come in, everything we do is baker's percentages. So it doesn't matter what your mix is. You know, it's anybody can make it. I'll show anybody how I do it.
Yeah.
Because everybody, if they come in and you show them, they're going to do it better. You know, I mean, our grains that we use are some of the greatest grains in the industry to produce our flour and our dough. You know, with that product, our process of doing it is, I don't make the same dough I made 50 years ago.
Yeah.
I've learned
That's evolved.
Evolution.
So evolution.
And my son can tell you right now, like
You innovate, but there's also something to be said. Like, you can make the best product in the world, but what separates you too sometimes is like the person.
Got to market it.
Well, I don't.
The person.
I
It's just
never
the
will say
person.
make the best. I always say we're good. And I'm not, you know, and I don't take anybody away from that says they're the best. God bless you. But there's guys out there, like, I'm not institutionalized. I know what other places do. I know that, you know, you have to be transparent.
Yeah.
When
And
you're
you've been doing it
transparent,
long enough, right?
you know, it's I can take us to where we want to go. My son, I've taught him what I taught him. I was never taught. I had to learn as an elder man. I mean, I was taught recipes. I was taught this is what you do. Don't talk to nobody else. If somebody wants to come in, don't tell them no ideas. No, you want to come in. This is how I make this. You know, and
Right.
you know, I'm so comfortable within my skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had people on here, the food truck guy wouldn't even tell us what dough he used or what flour he used.
I mean, listen. I'm not the complete opposite, but I'm not a super open guy. I'm just not.
Right.
Like, anybody can make ice cream, but like I said earlier in this podcast,
Execution.
right? Anybody can buy a bag of milk. Rick and I do it a little differently than the next guy.
Exactly.
So why should I expose that?
Well,
I should.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
know
don't,
what I
give,
mean?
you don't give that
Like
up.
there are certain things that we do differently that might make a difference. But I also believe that Rick and I engage the customer and we're
Right.
one with
It's
our
your customer
staff
service.
in a way that separates us from people because I believe in that. I truly believe there's not an ice cream guy in this valley that can do what Manny can do, plain and simple. And I don't even make the ice cream.
Listen, customer service, you talk about that. Was this past Saturday. So, yeah, this past Saturday, we sent out an order to a company and came back. I saw the review. It was 3-star.
We're going to talk about reviews in a
Okay.
second because that was my one topic on my mind.
So I looked at it. I called
I don't
them
make
up.
the topics,
Because
right?
the way now the reviews
conversation.
come in, I can get their phone number and email. So I emailed them, apologized. Listen, I'm Joe Ruffino. I'll make it up to you. Called them, left a phone message. Sunday, where we were down at the Jacob Javits, I called them again.
Let me just mention that's a very, very, that's the right thing to do as a business
I wasn't
owner.
offended.
Thank you.
And so Monday, I called them up. I said, listen, you haven't gotten back to me. I hope you've got my message, but I really want to make this up to you. I'm sorry my team let you down. Obviously, we didn't do what we needed to do.
Taking an ownership
And-
and accountability.
I says, listen, give me the opportunity to make this right for you. I get an email from this gentleman that was one of the, I'm not going to go verbatim, but bottom line is he was as grateful for me reaching out to him, wanted no compensation, wanted to let me know, I love your pizza. I just had a bad moment in time and was very, as humble as I was, he was humble back. And I said to my son, I said, this is how you handle this.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
And that was the delivery you said?
it was a delivery, yeah.
So I appreciate that. I appreciate that whole story, right? Because that's a hot topic for me. A hot topic for me is reviews. Because no business owner in their right mind is out to put a bad product out
Nobody.
No.
or a bad customer experience.
Yeah.
Just that simple. We do this for a living. He raised you on that. You raise your kids on that. I'm raising my children on ice cream, right? So it's not like we're going out of our way to create a bad experience. What boils my blood is this culture that's been created, right? That
Social media culture?
Everybody.
It's a gangster.
They're just going. Instead of what I would do. If I don't like the pizza, if I don't like the ice cream, if I don't like the waffle, if I don't like the whatever, I would politely go up to the counter and say, this pizza didn't meet my expectations. It's a little soggy. It's a little burnt.
Manny, you're 1 out of 500 over there.
Exactly. Hardly anybody does
this
that,
needs to be
unfortunately.
said because the
It does.
people
We
that
preach
just
it all the
fire-
time.
They're
We preach
firing
it all the
off.
time.
They're firing off 1 stars. Worst ice cream I've ever tasted ever. Ever.
It's not true.
It's
not
impossible.
True. It's impossible.
Yeah. Ice cream
impossible.
can't be bad.
Think about it though. They just want to be heard or whatever.
Exactly. Brutally honest.
There's an approach that I believe is the right approach. Anything that you and I do can be handled on the spot.
Yes.
If they don't like their pizza, we make another one.
Yep.
Ever hear about that?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I agree.
I didn't like it. Didn't have enough pepperonis. Okay, no problem. Let's make you another one. Oh, my waffle. Like, I get this feedback. My waffle is too hard. Okay, bring it up. Bring it to my staff's attention.
Yeah, your attention.
We'll redo the whole order.
Yeah.
Don't
No,
worry
it's-
about it. I'm glad that guy responded the way he did.
No,
And I'm big on responding to reviews I see because it's a reflection. Whether it's a fake review, or somebody's just a competitor's trying to get
exactly.
on,
It happens.
kick your
It
feet
happens.
out.
Yeah, they
Because
do that all
happens
the
too.
time.
Or a friend of a competitor.
Well, I searched their internet presence, and you could see if they're somebody new. So you just start tapping on stuff and
You know,
looking.
they shouldn't do it.
No, the problem is
100%.
though, there's also people that there's guys that have been on our show. Okay? Women that have been on our show. And I just saw a good friend of ours post something about a place he just went to in New Jersey. And he did a 3-paragraph post on how he did not like the place.
3 paragraphs.
Doesn't make sense.
I know what you're
Oh,
talking about.
Why?
He had the time.
Why do you have the time to feel the need that people think you're important? And I love the guy. I love his family. They support us. I love everything about the guy. He's a great guy in the Valley. But why do that? Why go on social media, post a 3-paragraph that probably took you 10, 15 minutes to write
Sal,
properly?
It could have been solved in 10 or 15 seconds on the spot.
Exactly.
100%.
Right.
And
Think about it, guys.
But now this is what I'm trying to get to, though. Those people, social media has made average people, average customers, think they're important,
Yeah. You
Yep.
hit on the head.
and that's plain and simple. So I'm answering your question. Social media,
Right.
with all these groups, all these, even his. Listen, his is mostly positive. The one he runs, Lehigh Valley, but there's groups everywhere. Anywhere you go, there's. What's your viewpoint on this? Instead of saying to the customer like you're or the owner like you're talking about, it now allows them to say, "My opinion's more important than the people working there."
Wait,
Right.
Instead of realizing that.
The funniest thing is, what's that one? Lehigh Valley's.
They shut down Lehigh Valley
Right, but
Food.
did you see the
100
bashing they're taking for shutting it down?
They were getting death threats. Whoever
Yes.
was running it. The 110,000 people.
They're getting threatened for
I don't know
shutting
about you
down the
guys,
site.
They're probably getting
I've got
threatened.
way-
The threats are probably
I got
coming
way
from
more better
brutally
things to
honest.
do. But
I mean,
these
You know what?
people-
You know what? Hey, listen.
Came from
I'm
brutally
going to tell you
honest,
something.
Probably.
You know why I don't give a fuck about that?
Something it was,
You know why I don't give a fuck about that? I'm going to tell you why.
I hope this makes me feel better because I give a fuck.
I'm going to tell you why.
Because it's a reflection.
No, Manny, no. I get that part. But like whatever place shut. I mean, whatever
What was it?
shit shut.
Lehigh-
Whatever.
Lehigh Valley
You know why I don't
Foods.
fucking care about that?
Lehigh Valley's what?
Because you're
Lehigh Valley Foods.
you're
Christina.
talking to me.
Yeah, that lady.
You're talking to me you're typing to me.
Yes.
You're not talking to me like this.
Exactly.
When you talk to me like this, is a different fucking story. I tell her, you can beat me on a text message all day long.
Yep.
You'll never beat me word to word. Never. I'll never make that happen.
But this phone has made it that way.
It's gotten to the
Where I'm
point-
going to get at is
everything's neutralized.
everybody's
anymore.
a
Like, nobody
fucking
even gives
gangster
a
on this
shit.
phone. Everybody. You're a typewriter fucking gangster.
Yeah.
That's what you are.
Instead of realizing we're all from the valley,
100%.
we all have wives.
If I got a problem with this gentleman, I'm going to be like, yo, listen, I got an issue with you. What's the issue? Bum, 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 we squash it. Boom.
It's over.
Yo, when I 16, 15, 14 years old, a kid used to ring my doorbell. Ding dong. My mom used to go, hi, Mr. Flora. Hi. Is Antonio? Yeah. Hold on. Let me go get it. I come inside. What up, man? Yo, I want to fight you. All right, hold on. Let me get my shoes on. I go outside. Boom, we bang it out. 5 minutes, I come back. That's it. Done.
Bloody nose a little bit.
I don't give a fuck. That's how it happens. But that's how it happened.
People post fake reviews for places they didn't even go. Remember that Flemish kid?
Yeah.
He posted about Joey throwing the meatball sandwich.
Yeah,
he's like, the meatball sandwich was so bad, I threw it in the
fucking
my garbage
gangsters.
can.
They're fucking
So
typewriter gangsters.
I posted, I don't believe you. He said, no, I did. I said, I'll give you $1,000 if you can, within the next 5 minutes, post a picture of that sandwich. He goes, well, I took it out to the dumpster. I live in the apartments. Go out and get it. I'll give
remember
you $1,000 if you go get that fucking meatball sandwich and show it to me. He couldn't.
I know you're what you're saying, but I've told all our friends that own businesses. I say it all the time. And I took this from Joe Rogan. And we're not on Joe Rogan's level, but it's a great advice.
Oh, we're on his level.
Well, we can. Well, hopefully this podcast will be one day. But don't read the comments. I don't read any comments on this podcast. I don't read any.
I can't not.
I don't see that's. I don't. You know why?
Dude,
because one comment out of 100 comments could ruin your fucking day.
Oh, it kills Jerry.
Okay, so you could have 100 people love you, and that one bad comment will ruin your fucking day. So I don't really. I've done that a lot. Now the other thing, like my dad said,
but if
unless
there's legitimacy to the post,
which you can see,
you could usually tell.
Yes.
Even though there's legitimacy, it could be solved on the spot. That's what I don't get.
But there's pages.
Of course.
Like,
of course.
Really honest, everything's great.
If I'm out to eat at Joe's
But
pizza
Manny,
shop
that's you,
and I
bro.
don't
You're
the
noble.
pizza, I'm coming up to Joe
I have
and be
to,
like,
I have to
"Dude,
tell you, though,
not for
the
nothing."
platforms right now that we're using, these two platforms, with how it comes to you, you actually now, it's not like when they do a review and you can't reach out to them.
No, you should be able to.
Oh, they don't respond, though.
They don't,
Some of
but
them
now,
don't respond.
how it's coming to my phone and his phone is
yeah.
we get an email, we get a phone number.
Yep.
And so that's how I changed how I could respond, because once you hear this voice call you, it's a whole different thing. He called me, and I'm not calling you. It's very humble. I'm not calling you to argue. Oh, you didn't like it? I'm going to make it up to you. It's unfortunate. We let you down. So now I'm right now I've been able to create this situation the way we're talking, but they didn't come up to me. But now it did, because I can contact you, and not through social media, but through your email and through your phone, and it's a very positive thing. Because when you do it online, you know, not online, but through like Facebook and those.
Well, it's
places,
comfort zone.
You know, they can erase you.
You can't see him. You can't.
You can't talk to him. You can't do anything.
But listen,
you're getting a reply positive.
What comes out of this, and maybe this was a topic on previous.
Oh, it was a bunch of times.
Oh yeah. Hopefully, it changes the culture around that.
We're
And
trying
your,
to.
Page.
Yeah.
Can also change the culture. Yeah. I don't go to work trying to ruin people's day.
No.
On an ice cream or a fucking waffle. I don't.
You know, for example.
But it's you out of 500. That's what I'm trying to get
I
at.
hear you, but people need to listen.
Yeah, they do.
This is what we try.
We had a friend of ours. He has a restaurant over in the Lehigh Valley area. I'm not going to say which city. Some guy on one of these sites, he's a pilot. You're a pilot. You may eat good food, but you don't know the food that he's making.
Right.
And you had the nerve because of kids. Listen, my grandkids run around my shop all the time. That's part of the family atmosphere. If you're disturbed by that, it doesn't give you a right to criticize this guy, give him bad star review, and chop him up over some site.
Because that's
And
the
we
culture.
talked about it. It's like, you're an airplane pilot making $500 to $600 an hour. All right? Shut up.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, and
when you make that kind of money, if you have this time of day, I'd hate to be on your plane flying, because you must be using the freaking satellite thing and typing your ideas.
And if you order something,
Right? I mean, you have too much fucking time on your hands
He's on
flying
X.
fucking planes. He's on something.
if you order something you don't know what it is, for instance, on Lehigh Street, there's this little Mexican place. They had cow tongue tacos. I was like, you know what? I'll try one.
Amazing.
Plaza Azteca?
It's in the little corner, but I didn't like the texture. I'm like, this isn't for me. I'm not going to write a review saying that cow tongue sucked. It just wasn't for me, you know?
Well, so like we say all the time, everything on my menu, I don't like everything on our menu.
You order shit you don't know.
There's so much on our menu. You're going to find
like.
something that you fucking like.
Bottom line, there should be an etiquette.
There should be.
There should be an etiquette.
Or
there should be an etiquette.
The problem also is these social media platforms are so socialist, so liberal, not bring politics in it. I'm just saying how it is.
Yeah.
They allow for these opinions to go instead of shutting it down.
I don't disagree.
For example, if we did something, I mean, we have music on our post. We get shut down unless we accept revenue share.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So why? I want revenue share for them talking about my restaurant.
Exactly.
Yep.
Give me, that's it. You're talking about my restaurant. Actually, no. You can't post about me or my restaurant unless I get revenue share off that post if it gets 100,000 likes. Why is that not happening?
Two-way street.
Two-way street. You know, simple shit like that people don't think about.
You want to hear a good one? So this person, I won't say man or woman, this person calls up on the phone, says, looking at your menu. I says, okay, how can I help you?
Sounds like a woman already.
So it says,
He's quick.
what do you have
I'm correct, too.
that's gluten-free on your menu?
Oh, those are the worst.
And I said,
your ass.
now my thought to myself is, you're gluten-free. If you're diabetic, you're diabetic. If you have high blood pressure or cholesterol, you know what you have to eat. The gluten-free thing, if you don't know you can't look at the menu and see what's gluten-free.
Right.
Grilled chicken, portobello mushroom.
Well, first of all, it's not even a real fucking disease.
I don't understand. My father
Gluten-free, it's not real.
Bro,
First of all,
my father never had fucking gluten-free on his menu.
there's no such thing as
Nobody did.
gluten-free.
10 years ago, didn't exist.
Nobody died.
I love my sister-in-law.
All of a sudden, every fucking buddy dies after
Her sister,
2013.
I'm gluten-free. What? There's gluten-free is fake. It's fucking fake, guys.
Celiac syndrome is real, but
No, time out. Gluten-free is fucking in 1925 to 1900 to 1975, 1990. You ate fucking pizza. What happened? Oh, I couldn't shit for a fucking day and my stomach hurt. That was it. Now all of a sudden, I can't shit. I'm gluten-free. I'm dying. No, you just ate too much bread, you fat fuck.
Right?
Yeah.
You should know
had
what you can
6
eat.
slices.
you know what you should do, Joe? Buy the extra, the extra gluten bag at.
No, we go through so much gluten-free.
Extra
It's
gluten
fucking
bag.
disgusting.
Dude, there's a gluten-free
I buy gluten-free
bakery
so-
chain
Extra
now.
gluten bag
He
at
could tell you.
restaurant store and serve all your pizzas extra gluten.
We go
Do
through
it.
like 50 gluten-free pizzas a week at the minimum. I'm like,
There's donut shops that are gluten-free in Pottstown and
What the
Newtown
fuck are you
now.
eating gluten-free? What do you mean donut?
Yeah.
Gluten-free
Oh,
donut?
guys,
oh
In
yeah.
Pottstown, there's a donut shop.
Don't eat a fucking
Gluten-free
donut.
Fucking
Exactly.
donuts. They probably taste like shit.
Here. Gluten-free, dairy-free,
Oh,
Nut-free, tree-free, cage-free.
ice cream.
Balls
Dude,
free, ass free.
They are so loud.
Oh, it's a meal.
All right, let me put it this way.
frustrating.
Let me put it this way. When we open Batch, I respect and love all my customers. I'll just put a disclosure out
Yeah,
there. But
we
when we
know.
open Batch, all these gluten-free people,
Ask Grimmy
all
rolling
these
right there.
gluten-free people came in.
Gluten-free club?
Do you have anything gluten-free? Yes, baby, we do. This, that, and the other.
And they don't order that.
Or if our staff couldn't answer what was gluten free, they'd get all in a tizzy. They'd get all pissed off and fucking going nuts. I was like, is this group really big?
I don't know.
Then they must be,
I can
you
tell-
mixed it in the back.
I
It
can tell
touched something.
Is this group really big? We got to start to cater to this. Like maybe the world is changing in the worst way.
no, it's not.
So then we open up the waffle spot. All right, we're going to offer gluten-free waffles. We sell fucking one a week. There's that many gluten-free people out there, but we sell one a week.
Come
Yeah.
on. Come on. Please.
Well, the best is the gluten-free. Let me get eggplant. Well, the eggplant's breaded. Oh, that's fine. I can eat it. So you're not gluten-free. Second, I need a gluten-free pizza and I'm vegan-free. Or I'm vegan this and I'm that. I can't have dairy. Okay, what do you want from me? Well, you don't offer. I said, no. You see Weiss next door?
Is there dairy-free cheese?
Yeah. I said, walk your ass. Oh, yeah, they go. I tell them right to their face. You see Weiss? Go out the door, make a right, go to Weiss, get the cheese, I'll make you the fucking pizza. But I ain't serving you fucking dairy-free cheese. I got no time for it, buddy. If you want it, I'll make it for you. You're going to pay, but I ain't fucking doing
You're
it.
gonna
Bring
buy
your
one
own
bag
cheese.
of dairy-free cheese.
And I put the whole
BYOC.
fucking bag.
and that's it.
The one time the lady goes, where's the rest of the cheese? I said, on your fucking pizza. You think I'm going to save the rest of the fucking vegan-free fucking cheese for you? Fuck you. Eat the fucking pizza. I don't have time.
Just so we know,
BYOC.
you didn't say on the fucking pizza. You just said on the pizza.
Yeah, no, I didn't say
But
that.
he meant
I'm just
on
talking
the fucking
now.
pizza.
I wish he did, though.
I'm thinking in my
That's
head.
what
This
he's
is
thinking.
this is how I think.
Your brain is thinking.
My
There's so
brain's
many
thinking
things
this way.
going
I
on.
don't talk. I'm just saying. I'm thinking in my head like, what the fuck? Like at the end of the day, all this shit between the reviews, the vegans, the glutens, and all this, again, it's a minority. But what do I always say? The minority and the weakest are always the loudest.
And listen,
Are always the loudest.
and they're also the few that have the balls to take a plunge like we did and start a pizza company
Yeah.
and support a pizza company, take over a pizza company, and start an ice cream company with a waffle company and a soft serve company. Like they're the loudest, and they work for the man. They don't understand what goes into this.
No.
No, they
They
don't.
don't understand your food costs. They don't understand what it takes to bring in gluten-free
Well,
flour.
you're employing bodies. You're
Think about
helping
it.
people survive.
Think about that, and they'll be the first to throw you right into under the bus.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
You gotta. We bought. You could teach me differently. We bought gluten-free bags, the large bags, at my waffle store to make gluten-free waffles. We sell one a fucking week.
You got to get a small
But
mixer.
they'll be the first. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't make that.
We
many.
mix it by hand. And they'll be the first to throw you under the bus. Tell me how that makes sense.
Doesn't.
PizzaFellas Podcast, health insurance and dental. We use our good man, Steve Seiler Insurance, specializing in health insurance, dental, and vision. Obamacare penny for businesses and individuals in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Florida. Tell Steve we sent you. 570-446-8023. That's 570-446-8023. Need supplies for your business? Check out Master Supply Line, a family-owned and operated janitorial, food service, and office supplier located in Macungie, Pennsylvania. Free local delivery with no minimums. Never any contracts or membership fees. Competitive pricing on tens of thousands of items. 90% of all customers' orders are delivered the next day. Shop in store, online, mastersupplyline.com. That's mastersupplyonline.com. Or give them a call at 610-966-9636.
It doesn't. It's just part of the industry, part
It's
of social
restaurant
media.
industry, different products, but come on.
It's all over the place.
And they're ruthless, Sal, and I don't like that. I don't like that when my name's on something. I don't like a negative review.
Yeah.
I don't like a fucking 4-star. I hate it. I hate 3 stars. I hate that.
Yeah, no, I
Because
understand.
I know what I put behind it. I know what you guys put behind it.
And you know
Yeah,
who
it's an
But
absolute shame.
And
People are out there
There's
and they're
no
vindictive.
and you know who doesn't hate those 4 stars, 3-star reviews? Corporate companies. And you know who doesn't get those? Corporate companies.
exactly right.
Only us.
The little guys.
Think about
Little guys.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
Think about
Scratchy
McDonald's.
Starbucks.
McDonald's, every McDonald's
Wawa.
is like a 2.0, but
I mean-
everybody still goes.
I waited 25 minutes in fucking line at Starbucks in Ocean City, Maryland, outside my hotel before my son's tournament at 7 fucking a.m. 25 minutes to get up to the counter. To go up to a fucking transgender, I don't know what the fuck he was, with glasses. And it took me 10 minutes to give him my order, and all I asked was for a cold brew with a splash of fucking honey. And my wife's like, and she puts her, my son gets his thing, and he's looking at me and goes, okay, so you want ice brew coffee with honey? Well, yeah, I want an iced coffee. I looked at I said, am I speaking right to this guy or girl? I don't know who the fuck he is, but am I? And the guy's looking at me, and she goes, time out, Sal, you didn't order it right. It's a cold brew. He goes, and she did like the fucking Spanish Starbucks language, I call it, whatever the fuck they speak. And she
Grande.
ordered it. And then he goes, oh, okay, now I figured it out. Now I got it. I said, the fuck am I living in the fucking, I said,
Oh, my God.
Ashton, I got to go to the tournament. Get my coffee. I'll be outside.
You didn't say grande?
What? I don't even know the terminology.
Dude, I don't drink coffee, but my customers want coffee. The first time I went to Starbucks, I'm like, yeah, give me a large this. Well, we don't have large. We have this, grande, whatever. Give me a large. Well, no, you got grande. Whatever's a fucking large, give it to me. Jesus Christ.
Then you got the Chick-fil-A's. You wait in line for 95 minutes to get a fucking
No, Chick-fil-A's quick.
8-piece. It's just, but no one says anything. You know, no one
I
says
won't
anything.
talk shit on Chick-fil-A's quality of their food because I love their food. But you can get a better coffee somewhere other than Starbucks, but they'll get a shitter review if they take as long.
Yeah.
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 7-Eleven
unreal.
coffee.
Well, it's like, look at that. I go to Nowhere Coffee.
Cafe Vita, Nowhere Coffee.
I go to Nowhere
Think about
Coffee.
it.
He loves the people in there.
You can get a better coffee
Listen,
somewhere else.
she's a liberal. She's a fucking. We all know she's a fucking lover. She told me, she goes, I love your pizza, but she said back when the election was going, she brought up, hey, just sometimes your dad's rants, could kind of start me off. I said, I understand that, but when I come here and I see all the purpled hair, fucking piercings, and
Turns
all the
me
fucking
off,
people
yeah.
working, turns me off. But I'm still buying your coffee, right? Thank you. I enjoy your coffee. You enjoy my pizza, right? Yep. She goes, yes. I said, so why are we bringing that into the topic?
There's a
Valid
middle
point.
of the road.
There's a middle of the road.
Valid point.
You view your viewpoint. I never said anything. His viewpoint is his viewpoint.
Exactly.
And everybody has a right to
To
Yeah.
have their
Yeah.
point of view.
Yep.
freedom of
So
speech.
why? And we're all both local business owners down the street from each other. I think you have fucking great coffee. You think I have great pizza.
Let's leave it there.
Now they order all the time. But that little comment, she was in shock that I didn't outlash at her. And I'm like, bro, he's a grown. He's fucking 60 years old.
Are you gonna
You
tell him
think
what to say?
somebody's gonna tell Joe Rafito what not to say? I'm sorry, honey. It ain't gonna happen.
Exactly.
Not even me, his son. So
You've been around him 30 years.
it ain't gonna happen. You give me my coffee, I'll give you your pizza. Call it a fucking day.
Nobody tells Big
Come
Sexy
in.
what to do.
But it's something you'll struggle with, and as you continue to grow your business, it's going to be something. But it's good to have outlets like this also, where we all can be friends and family and talk to each other about it, because we know what it takes.
Of course.
and
that won't change.
And that won't change.
Yeah,
to
we're
get more on
successful
board.
people.
We're all going
We're
to
successful people, and these people aren't. And that's what you have to realize. You surround yourself with the positive, and just let the negative just fall off the side, and just keep doing what you do.
Yep.
And keep making the great ice cream you make, and your fan base is just going to keep growing.
Yep.
That's it. You're not going to go sell it wholesale to places that are going to bring that up. You just build that
Yep.
part of your business, keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate that.
And these comments, just take them as a grain of salt. If you can respond to them in a positive. Here's the biggest thing. They say something bad, say, listen, how can I make
I'm
it up
always
to you?
positive.
No,
I'm
I
always
realize it.
positive. It boils my blood.
It does.
Yeah,
it does.
The worst.
I work way too hard
Yep.
for somebody to off the cuff slander.
The worst comment.
Because I know how I would respond,
Exactly.
especially at a mom and pop business.
100%.
That's
If
why
it was
sometimes you gotta let
Starbucks,
somebody else answer those for you.
Maybe I'd be a little bit more aggressive, but
Even then.
I don't mess around with that. I don't. I just don't. Maybe I'm wrong.
I've never leaved a review in my life.
Maybe I'm wrong.
The worst.
Now, I've told people to their face.
Yeah. Okay. That's the right way to do it, though, Sal.
And I've done, and
My-
that I'll continue to do
My
that.
pizza was stale, or my waffle was hard.
Yeah.
Tell me that.
Well, I had an issue this past weekend.
It's over. It's done.
I was in Ocean City, Maryland.
Make one fresh and it's over.
We went for a family dinner Saturday night. We went to a seafood place. My son, all the kids are ordering kids' meals. He knows. My son eats lobster and steak, bro.
Exactly.
That's just how I raise my kids.
Good.
Principle.
My son ordered lobster. She brought him out fucking chicken tenders. I said, excuse me, you screwed up the order. Now, was I pretty drunk at the point? Yeah, we were fucking drinking all day at the beach in the pool.
I don't
But
think
still,
you're that drunk.
I turned to her and I said, listen, you screwed my son's order up, and my son's pissed. Well, no, he ordered, I said, ma'am, he did not order chicken tenders. He asked for a lobster tail. Don't tell me I'm wrong. I know what I'm saying. My son doesn't eat.
You know what your son orders.
I know what my son wants. Well, we have to then make this. And then she was young. She made a whole big deal about it. I said, listen, I'm not bitching at you. I'm telling you you're wrong, though. My son needs a lobster
make it
tail.
right. Yeah.
Now she goes, tells the managers. The managers come up to the thing. Sir, I heard you were calling.
Like your 8-year-old kid ordered lobster.
They come up. I heard you were calling our waitress a name and this. I said, whoa. I said, I would never talk to a waitress like that in a negative way. I own a restaurant. I know what I'm doing. And then all of a sudden, Tashawn, the kid that was here, his mom comes up and goes, don't talk to my boy like that. You know how she was carrying. That's my boy. He never said that. His son ordered a lot. Then all of a sudden their tone came back. I said, listen, I'm not trying to make an issue here. I'm just letting your waitress know she screwed up my son's order.
Yep.
You know, but I didn't go. I don't leave. I'm not. But I'm just. That's a simple thing like that should be
Did they
solved.
get a lobster?
Yeah.
No, they didn't bring out the lobster because
that also
they were.
sounds like
They
something
thought
you-
that I was yelling at the waitress and I was inappropriate.
That also sounds like something you could have put a review on that you didn't.
Exact. That's what I'm saying.
Guys, let's think.
I could have made a big deal about this.
called-
So now my son had to sit there and eat chicken tenders
Yeah.
because he didn't get his lobster, and she
Yep.
said that I was being inappropriate at the table.
I saw at Kutztown, there's I forgot what shop, it was a restaurant. They have a poster board side, just handwritten. Said, if you don't like my food, you don't like my service, or if you think my place is dirty, don't post a review. Come and tell me. It's just a big white poster board right in the window. As soon as
the
you
right
walk
way to
in.
do it, everybody.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Well, Manny, it's been a pleasure to have you on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where do you guys see your company going from here? More locations?
Yeah, I mean, sky's the limit.
Sky's the
really.
limit. That's you want to expand
Franchise?
Yeah, we have a couple different concepts out. We'd look to franchise a couple of them. I think sky's the limit. Rick is
Sounds
Rick is a creative on the back end. I'm super ambitious, and the product speaks for itself.
Let's do it.
The community's very supportive of it. Any comments you see, despite some
Yeah.
unreasonable reviews, are amazing. My customers that I sell to have told me they increase their dessert sales when we sell to them. So there's proof in the pudding.
Yes.
I'm not going to walk away from that. We're young in the business. We're new. 2019 is not an old business, but we've caught people's attention.
100%. I mean, listen.
Listen, I'm excited.
You had
about
NBA
that.
champions tell me how many times did fucking Cliff,
Oh,
when
yeah.
we were golfing, go up and get ice cream?
Listen, we've been fortunate. We've been fortunate to serve our ice cream to Saquon Barkley and to D'Angelo Hall. and
Rod
to-
Woodson,
Yes, Ron
Andre
Woodson
Reed.
and Lawrence Taylor, and all these guys, right? Our brand got us there.
Yep.
My mouth a little bit, but our brand for the most part.
We have
You know
some
what
fun.
I mean? Like, it's what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's what I signed up for. I have kids to raise. This is the business I'm in. Just like pizza with you, I'm selling ice cream. So anybody who wants it and anybody who has a need, you know who to find.
Well,
where to
cheers
find.
to you.
Cheers.
Cheers to Rick, and cheers to your families.
All right,
Cheers.
guys.
Success.
Cheers to you guys.
Well, guys, PizzaFellas Podcast, episode 81. My good friend Manny Rodriguez. Go to Batch.
Joe
over in
Rogan.
Promenade.
Joe Rogan, if you see us, you need ice cream, hit us up.
If he's ever, bro, I'm telling you,
Oh, we're gonna get him.
no, when he's in Newark, we got to go. But him, we got to get Joey Diaz. Joey Diaz likes his ice cream too. He'll smoke a fucking joint, something like that.
What about Dave Portnoy?
That's another concept off
for
air.
review.
Is that a
His face is right there, but
He's right there.
you should actually, you should
is
see.
that a competitor? Dave, hear me out.
If you go, you should actually, if you have time, go with them to the One Bite Festival. If you're off that Saturday, he gets tickets. His One Bite
One
Pizza
Bite's
Festival.
fun, man. We had a good time.
Yeah.
You went with him?
Yeah,
Yeah, they went last year. They're going this year again.
Just 4 people are going this year.
But if you want to go, we could get you
4 or
another
6.
ticket.
Hey, actually, maybe just 2, me and you.
Write down all the ice creams I have to make.
All right.
Your mom has like 10.
Yeah, I will do all that.
Let me just go to this again. So, Manny Rodriguez, thank you again. So, it's Batch Microcreamery, Center Valley, Shepherd Hills. Then you got the wonderful waffle and ice cream, Twisted and Dip in Bethlehem. The 2 ice cream trucks, fantastic.
Thank you.
I'm honored. I'm honored to talk to you.
Shout out your website quick.
My website is batchmicrocreamery.com. I don't have websites for the others. You can find us on Instagram.
Okay.
But, I'm equally as honored to be on here to meet all you guys, and pleasure to you, Sal and Joe, for doing what you do.
And don't forget,
Bro.
cannoli cream, Mike's Hot Honey.
Cannoli cream.
That's the
Do it.
Pizza Fellas ice cream.
Got you. Thanks, guys.
I'll come there. I want to come. I want to come taste it. United Pizza Nation, Vitangelo Recchia, Billy Manzo. Shout out to you guys. I love you guys. Joe loves you guys. Sal loves you guys. Guys, get on their page. I'm telling you, United Pizza Nation. Shout out again to the Fancy Food Show, the Italian Trade Agency. That's ITA. They had 400 vendors. Coincidentally, they just followed Tara again. Good for you, Tara. Shout out to Ciabra's Portuguese restaurant in Newark. I didn't say this before, but we were there on Sunday. Shout out to them.
Great food.
Joe ate about 57 pounds of food and went into food coma, literally. So we had to call the ambulance, put him in the car. But that was fantastic. I will be in Soho the 25th, Friday, at Matt Wasson. He does a pop-up for Chopped and Chow House. I'll be there on a Friday. If you want to go buy me a drink, I'll drink some Tom Collins. Again, thank you to Manny. Some other stuff is coming up, too. Some brews. Shout out to Yep. It's right next to me. Sal's holding it up. It's actually fantastic.
Yeah,
it's
guys,
good
I'm going to actually
stuff.
drink it right now. Guys, go on Yep. What is it? Yep Beverage.
YepBeverage.com. Yeah, PizzaFellas 10. Type that in. You get 10% off.
10
I'm telling you, the stuff is fucking great.
And they deliver it right to your door, guys.
Right to your door.
Yeah.
Deliver it right to your
Right
door.
to
You
your
don't have to
door.
go to a liquor store. You could be drunk at the pool.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah,
get it.
I mean, it's not going to come that second, but order it online and they bring it to you. And tell me how it tastes, though. I mean, you had it last week, but I'm telling you, it's delicious.
It's 10 times better than all the other iced tea.
I'm telling you. And it's brewed here. It's PA born. So it's,
Tequila. It's tequila margarita, they call it.
Yeah.
But it's a mango peach iced tea flavor.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So it's very light.
YepBeverage.com. PizzaFellas 10 for the 10% discount. Please support them. They support us, so we support them.
And it's 7.5% alcohol.
And
So a couple of those.
You're nice.
You'll be riding your 3-wheeler backwards.
We're gonna be going on vacation in a couple weeks, and then we're gonna be off for a couple weeks. But after that, we're gonna go visit a friend in Florida. Maybe we'll see.
We're gonna try to make it happen.
We're trying to make it happen. So let's see what happens. We'll go see them, and that's it. Again, thank you,
There you go.
man.
Thank you,
There we
Manny.
go. Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys.
Thank you.
PizzaFellas Podcast right here. The hottest in the world.
It's a PizzaFellas Podcast. Turn your speakers up, we better have a blast. Grab a drink, fill a glass, light a cigar, come on, let's make it last. Pizza Talk with Sal and Joe, Oliver, Antonio. Pizza stories, they gon' tell us. Let's have some fun with the PizzaFellas.
PizzaFellas Podcast right here. The hottest in the world. I was fire.